Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the talk show that really matters. Also, before we get started, today's the day, guys. You guys have been waiting almost a week to 5 to 3 days. So we finally get to do it as we bring in the Heartbreaker, Nick Cayenne.
Oh, man, it is great to be here. So I guess the big question on everybody's minds that I want to ask is, to quote the now former WWE Undisputed Champion Cody Rhodes, what do y'all want to talk about? I mean, let's be completely honest. I mean, we have a lot to talk about as far as things are concerned with Titan Nation Alliance and everything else in between. But I'm pretty sure, and CJ, I'm pretty sure you can probably agree that there's a certain elephant in the room that needs to be addressed. Because, let's be completely honest here. There are certainly a lot of skeletons in the closet that need to get out there. And yeah, quite honest. Well, yeah, I'm just, wait a little bit for a few people to hop in the live feed and they can start sending some questions my way. But like I said, there's a certain elephant in the room that needs to be addressed.
Now, I got to see the JTV chat, and one of those questions, if I could go back and pull it up.
Just a question. Is it from a guy by the name of Damian Taylor?
I think it was by Maverick.
Oh.
And Maverick said in the JTV chat, I really hope CJ asked about your sucking skills. Nick, what are you going to say to Maverick to kick off the show?
Well, given his former gimmick as clown, apparently he certainly was sucking off a lot of balloons. So I can definitely say you're one to talk there, Maverick. So maybe, word of advice, maybe lose the face paint and actually show yourself about to be a real wrestler, and maybe then I'll take you seriously. All right. So, come on, everybody. You're all just joining the stream, so come on. We got more questions, and I got some very much so time to ask as many as I can. Because, I mean, come on. This isn't the City of Impact. Would I love to be back on the city again? Absolutely. I'm quite honestly surprised right now that we're not getting any further questions at the current moment. So, I don't know, CJ. Quite honestly, it feels like there's a lot more to talk about. But I guess knowing our luck, I guess we'll eventually find out.
We finally got...
Oh.
Big John Money, what would be your biggest achievement in Titan Nation Alliance?
Well, I mean, I have it right here. Do I need to literally show it to everybody? It's the TNA Television Championship. Literally the first ever singles championship I have won in my career. So, John, I appreciate the question. But quite honestly, we all know what I'm really after. And I sure hope Nixon Wolf is listening to this, and he is listening well.
Now, I've heard through upper management that you and Nixon is supposed to have a title for title match at the Tokyo Dome in the main event. Nick Cayenne, what you got to say to the TNA World Heavyweight Champion in this title versus title winner take all match?
Prepare for a heartbreak. Top of that. Because the thing is, Nixon, you may have known me as the world beater. You may have known me as a guy that probably was sucking up to Ray Everett for all I care. But here's the thing. Ray, he certainly does more than just suck. He kisses ass. I mean, ask Mr. Devin Jordan that question. And ask him, does he kiss his ass? And I'm sure he can say no, but we all know that Ray does. Why do you think MPW's in the state that it is? Which, as a matter of fact, I think it's time we talk about that. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, we'll save that for a later date because we got a lot more to talk about. especially Mondo Mania.
Absolutely. But I think the only thing I'll add about that whole MPW thing is, Ray, fuck you. Devin, especially fuck you. Same with you, Wheezy. And let's be completely honest here. Malcolm Berry, you especially. Get your meat out of Trey Jeter's mouth.
Now, Mark Banham's in the chat, so if Mark's got a question to ask.
Well, I'm sure a lot of the JTV fam are eventually going to hop in here. Come on, guys. Don't be shy. Right there with you, Mark. Right there with you. Fuck every last one of them. Jeez. Even Jason Kane's agreeing with me. See? I'm the voice that call wrestling can't silence. They tried and they failed. Just ask Code of Honor. Just ask JTV. Heck, CJ, they can even ask you. You know for a fact that everything that comes out of my mouth has been nothing but straight facts.
Well, I'm just going to say that Nick Cayenne is the CM Punk, the voice of the voiceless.
And you can put that on a shirt because it's true. To tell him what he's telling lies.
I think Mark just said me versus Nick. I think he's either talking about a match, maybe for the TV title. Who knows?
Name the time and place, Mark. We'll do that dance eventually. That is after I'm done kicking Nixon Wolf's ass and becoming Nikki Two Belts. By the way, actually, as a matter of fact, Mark, why don't you ask yourself this question? Who won the triple threat? Yeah, who won that triple threat there, mister? You know the answer to that, Mark. Thought so. And I see Mr. DJ Chaotic has arrived in the chat. What's up there, DJ? That man's the second. That man is the better Devin. I'm just going to say it now. He's better than Devin Jordan. And CJ, I think you and I can both agree on that one.
Now, we got Mark. I mean, not Mark. We got Alex King who popped up this. Who wants to get raptured by Dan Rapture?
Let's be completely honest. Dan, I love him like a brother, but he can't hold a candle to me. He couldn't then, he couldn't now. And that's just a fact of life. Is he responsible for getting me back on good terms with Code of Honor? Absolutely. And I respect him for that. Just like I respect Mark and I treat him like a brother. I mean, sure, he's older than me, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, wait a minute. DJ Chaotic with a very interesting question.
DJ just asked, here's a question that I have for you. What's your top 5 calls you have on your list of people that you respect in the community?
Whew. He's hitting really close on that one. Holy, okay. Let me see. Well, I mean, before all the MPW stuff, I definitely was going to put a few certain people on that list, but, well, we all know how that whole thing went, but I don't think that's going to change much of the list. So I definitely can say I already know who my number one pick is, and that's the former Code of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, final Forever in Movement World Heavyweight Champion, Mr. 525 himself, the King of New York, Sean Nova. That's number one. Now, number two. I would have to say, God rest his soul, the late John Baker. He may have not won anything over there in Code of Honor, but I definitely can say I will forever respect that man for all of his drive and all his determination and all of his hard work in this community. He deserves it. So, John, rest easy, brother. I love you. I miss you. And quite honestly, I wish we could have talked more. Now, number three. I'm probably gonna get maybe a little bit of hate for this, maybe not, I don't know. But I'm gonna say Heather Ray. Now, Heather Ray, if you guys haven't been watching Code of Honor or anything else, or you've been living under a rock, Heather Ray is a vampire hybrid girl that not only did Little Miss Eve Heron, who is my number 4 on that list, Eve got Heather and Dan to kind of be an item. And Heather's had quite a lot of fun teasing me. And Dan can back this up if he's in the chat. Nice to see you too, Impact. Well, that's just the thing, Kevin. Sooner or later, you guys are going to have to. Yeah, I can definitely say I probably will more than likely put Two Twisted Merc at number 5. Mark is right. Because Merc, if it wasn't for, and I'm pretty sure if Dan gets in here, he can vouch for me on this one. Merc, he always was nice to me ever since I first met him. And I can say in all honesty, I never lost that respect for Merc. He helped bring me back on good terms with Code of Honor with some help from Dan and the others in that meeting chat. And to this day, I can say ever since I fought back to get back in this community after what happened to me 3 years ago, Merc was proud of me. He was literally the last person that talked to me, and he told me, I hope that you come back. Not his exact words. I know what his exact words are. I still have the DM open. But he did kind of imply that. So if Merc just so happens to be watching this, love you, buddy. And, And DJ
now, I want to give J Kid a shout out for saying smash that like button, folks. And also, we don't watch Code of Honor. We watch JTV and TNA.
One of these days, I'm going to sit you down and we're going to watch that Impact.
Now, DJ had another question.
That man's got
all. He had an opportunity to put together a top tier list you never faced in the CAW community. Who would you go to battle against? Ooh.
That's probably very easy. And I'm sure a lot of you are expecting me to say Bree George, but I will not say that. Because me and Bree we'll deal with our whole thing probably somewhere later down the line. But if there's anyone in CAW that is easily top of my list, to face. It's Shaw Nova. So, yeah, I can definitely say me and Shaw Nova, I mean, that match happens. I am probably going to tell you guys right now, get your popcorn ready.
I got a question for Nick. Since J Kid's in the chat, I hope he's listening to this as Kevin Impact. But who would win a JTV match, Kevin Impact versus Nick Cayenne?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Now, you see, I've never really had the time with my family or even my students, Weiss and Blake, to sit down and watch some Kevin Impact's tapes, but I can definitely say it would probably be a very, and I do mean a very back and forth match. But I'm not discrediting him. He would be a tough challenge, and I'm sure I could probably say.
Do you think you could kick his ass and take that barbed wire and go McFoley on him?
Oh, totally. And Impact, I love you, man. But I think, let's be completely honest. I'm the fresher blood. I got a lot more drive than you did once upon a time. I'm the younger star. You're the veteran. And I'm pretty sure you can agree that one of these days, that torch will be passed. This guy, I swear. Alrighty.
So he said, "This is your time, Nick. Time to die." He says, "Top that" by J Kid. What do you got to say to that, Nick?
Pick the time and place, Impact. We'll do that dance one of these days. Top that. You and I will probably have that dance in that ring if I'm not too busy running after BKS. Dance on my grave? You wouldn't be the first, but I certainly could say you'd probably be the last. Yeah, Mark, I'm not gonna lie. Even despite all the training matches you and I have had, it was fairly contested.
Don't be afraid to ask Nick Cayenne questions, guys.
Come on, guys. I got the time. Can't tell you how much time, but I got time.
J Kid just asked a question. He said, "Nick, how's your current mental state?"
Well, depends on exactly how things are. Well, I will say they're good now. It's good now, but Impact, if you were asking me that question like maybe 2 months ago, yeah, definitely wasn't. And you know why. You know why. And we know who to blame for it. And no, it's not Brie. You know who, Impact. You know who I mean. And I'm pretty sure everyone here in the audience knows exactly who I mean.
Are we talking about Brie Bella?
We wish. No. The other little petty Nepo baby. Just to put it lightly. And here's a hint for everyone. Jay knew them for 10 years. Have I talked to patient 0 in that whole matter? Well, it depends. Well, I can definitely say I haven't talked to Bree, so if you were meaning the other person, absolutely not, Jay. Absolutely not. Yeah, no, I haven't talked to them. I haven't talked to Bree. I haven't talked to my former boss. I'll let you guys fill in the blanks there. But anyway, hello.
So
we got an interesting question here.
Jay Chaotic asked, as official Chaotic TV, I know, Nick, you watch wrestling. With that being said, who would you select in IRL wrestling that fits perfectly with your call, female-wise?
Dang, I probably would have said Alexa Bliss. Or maybe AJ Lee. I just don't know. Damn, that's a tough one. I guess probably currently. I think we rewound the clock back to like the goddess era for Alexa Bliss. That probably would be my answer. But I'm not discrediting AJ Lee either.
So
yeah,
now,
I think I'll definitely say my answer is Alexa Bliss. But if she was still the goddess.
So now, J Kid asked another question. Have you talked to the Riddler lately?
No, I haven't, Batman. So riddle me this one, Impact. Why would I be talking to the Riddler if they stabbed me in the back? Riddle me that one. Because we know very much so. Well, I can certainly say I know exactly who he means by that certain Riddler. And no, I haven't spoken to him. And he hasn't spoken to me. And I intend to keep it that way. Top that. Yeah. Come on, guys.
DJ Chaotic asked, could it be Legends or current roster?
Well, I already gave my answer to that question, Jim. I said it was Alexa Bliss, specifically goddess Alexa Bliss. And in fact, I want you all to go and watch back any of the promos Alexa Bliss did during that time. I mean, heck, look at her one from thoughts on Drew getting the title back? It's about damn time.
That is from J Kid. Thoughts about getting the title back with Drew McIntyre.
About time Triple H finally put that damn belt on him. Jesus, Cody was getting stale as fuck. I could certainly say it was long overdue. if he doesn't come out to Broken Dreams on Raw next Monday, waste. Because it would fit so perfectly. I mean, you've got the Drew McIntyre 10 Persona card in the game. Come on. Come on, WWE. Lock in.
Now, my question is to Nick, what are your thoughts about CM Punk retaining his title against Braun Breaker on the Netflix of Monday Night Raw?
Honestly, I mean, I have all the respect in the world for Punk. I mean, sure, there are probably some people that have their opinions about him, but regardless, I've never had an issue with him. Like, Punk, literally, I can say, with every acolyte he's had in WWE, all the way from his first run to his current run, it speaks for itself. There's a reason he calls himself the best in the world. There's a reason he's called the voice of the voiceless, too. Best of all, do I even need to say anything about it? Punk, he is a student of the game. And he became the master. Braun Breaker is that student. So, do I think sooner or later Braun will eventually get that title? Maybe. He just needs to outsmart Punk one of these days and not have the Vision literally do all the dirty work for him. That's how I think it can happen. Quite honestly, I'm surprised nobody's asking me about Chris Jericho yet. I'm sure we'll eventually get a Chris Jericho-related question sooner or later. I mean, seriously, guys, come on. I know you're all just sitting there typing away your questions, but seriously, you can ask me anything. Yep, there it is. Of course, as I mentioned Chris Jericho, and here comes Impact. What do I think about Chris Jericho coming back? Well, I can definitely say he deserves it. He deserves to have one final run. Because I certainly can say Jericho's already run his course over there in All Elite Wrestling. And of course, Impact, you said yourself, and we heard from Mr. Corey Flash himself. Jericho's already signed. They're just waiting for the right time to give him something to do. Maybe the Rumble, maybe not. I can certainly say if he comes back at the Rumble, oh boy, good luck getting out of Saudi. Because we all know what happened the last time there was a big show there. And, oh, jeez. A fellow hometown boy of mine, Dean Ambrose, eh? I don't see him coming back as Dean Ambrose, though. And I'm just going to be completely honest. I mean, we all saw Matt Cardona. He came back briefly as Zack Ryder and then immediately just flown into the Matt Cardona character. I mean, I'm not going to lie. That tease entrance, oh my lord. That was, whew, boy. Like, I'll give that man credit. That was one hell of a tease. Do I see Nick Nemeth probably doing that one of these days? Maybe. But I can say right now, Jon Moxley going back to WWE as Dean Ambrose is not going to work. It needs to be Jon Moxley always. I mean, think about what they did for Pete Dunne with the whole Butch thing. Like, he hated being called Butch. You can have that story dynamic the exact same way. Like, you can have Seth literally just being like, "Hey, Dean, what's up, man?" And then Mox just like attacks him and just says, "I hate being called Dean." There you go, Triple H. There's an idea. Make it happen.
Since J Kid already asked the return of Jericho, I can't really put that on, Mark, but I will answer your second question. Thoughts on WWE 2K26, your wish list for the game?
Honestly, as long as if it's not on PS4 and Xbox One, I definitely could say that would probably be the only thing that I would want. But if there's one thing that I want to say in terms of what features I want, I think outside of like Inferno match and probably a few other match types, there's one certain mode that I'm pretty sure all of us want, outside of probably like, I don't know, like certain arena parts being in there, like say for example like the Tokyo Dome basically and all that. If there's one mode that needs to come back in WWE games, create a story. Make it happen. Please.
Now, J Kid asked, are you ready to say goodbye to PS4 Online and or PS5? As well as, are you getting GTA 6?
Well, I already can tell you guys, I'm getting GTA 6. I don't care how much money I have to spend. I don't care if I have to lose an arm or a leg to get it. I'm getting that damn game. And as for the question highlighted here, PS4 Online, get that shitty ass brick of a relic out of here. The PS5 is where it's at. And once they get the PS6, I can definitely say I'm going to jump on that bandwagon sooner or later. Probably going to take some time to do it because inflation just so happens to be a big problem in today's world now. Everybody's just got to be all, give me money. But yeah, I definitely can say Impact. I will see you in Vice City.
Now, another thing that J Kid asked, how do you feel about Hiroshi Tanahashi retiring?
Hiroshi Tanahashi retiring? Oh my lord, that man is a goat. He was a member of Bullet Club, I know that. I think he went... Oh no, I'm thinking Yujiro Takahashi. No, Hiroshi Tanahashi? Yeah, that man is literally a goat in New Japan. It sucks that he retired. Really. But everyone's got a expiration date on their wrestling career. And his has come. So, hope he enjoys his retirement. That's all I gotta say.
Also, J Kid asked, is Call of Duty Black Ops 7 better than Black Ops 6?
Absolutely not. They took out the spring mine. And you know, one impact. I'm glad that you mentioned that. We still down for COD later? Because we all know 6 was the better. Because all it takes is me putting a spring mine in one certain area, and then the enemies just go in there, and then all of a sudden, adios, bitch. I swear, I have gotten so many spring mine kills. CJ, you need to be there to see them.
So J Kid asked, what is your favorite snack to eat?
Lay's barbecue chips, Swedish fish. That shit is goated. I definitely recommend it. And
don't forget, he loves What Would You Do for a Keola bar. Doot.
Hershey bars are better. Sorry. Fuck the Keola bars.
Also, we got what would you do if you run into CJ Mondo in JTV when he debuts?
I definitely can say that would be a match I would look forward to. But just so you know, CJ, if that does happen, don't expect me to fight nicely. And don't expect me to be ready to put a forearm smash right to the jaw. So just remember my words.
Here's what I'm going to say to Nick here. If he runs into me, he's going through a flaming table. I'm taking that barbed wire bat, and I'm showing him who the Violent Tick is.
Well, I can certainly say I can certainly go hand in hand with the violence. I mean, after all, Heartbreaker is all about basically being no more fucks to give. There's actually a song about that. I definitely recommend you all look it up. My brother has it on his iTunes. Definitely recommend it.
J-Kid asked me, am I still working for MPW? Nope. I left them because they brought in the toxic people.
Yeah.
Sum that up.
Well, I guess considering Mr. Impact just addressed the elephant in the room, maybe we should talk about that. Because let's be completely honest, we all know everything that happened over there.
Mark Benham asks, Nick, they're integrating those from B06 to B07 with updates.
Wait, the spray mines? Well, they certainly got a time limit. I'll give them that. I want to see that shit by Valentine's Day. Please, COD, please. I need my spring mine. Damn, Impact out here. Give him a few more questions. Holy.
What is both of your favorite match types?
You can answer first.
My favorite match types is Hell in a Cell and Extreme Rules into one, which I call House of Violence.
Ooh.
Then I would say my second favorite match is a Drag Me to Hell match, which is Hell in a Cell with 60-minute Iron Man match rules applies.
Jeez, an hour-long Hell in a Cell match? Good Lord. I think WWE needs to start taking notes. And then again, I guarantee everybody's going to be bored within the first 30 minutes.
What are your favorite weapons backstage? But I'm going to go back to that question so Nick can answer it for what is your both of favorite match types.
I definitely can say I've seen my fair share of steel cage matches. And I can certainly say there are certainly some very, very good steel cage matches. But I definitely can say if there is one certain match type that basically anything can happen, it's the Royal Rumble. Because, I mean, look at Kofi Kingston, for example. All those creative ways he kept himself from being eliminated, like surprise returns, surprise debuts. The list goes on and on. The Royal Rumble, by far, would be my top match. But the steel cage would definitely be a close second. Because it basically means you don't have any escape. Now, I think we can probably go to that favorite weapon.
Favorite weapon backstage?
Well, if we're talking 2K, I could definitely say the hockey stick. And I have good reasons for that. Not just because outside of CAW, I play, good old, that good old, I also, sorry, my mic was kind of wigging out. I got a notification on Twitter. Probably should turn those notifications off, but oh well. But yeah, definitely the hockey stick.
Mark just said any weapons or equipment.
Well, I definitely can tell you what my worst weapon choice would be. That goddamn traffic cone.
Then J Kid asked, favorite dream car. Do you guys have a dream car?
Oof. I would have said the General Lee, like considering the day and age of the woke community. I think I probably can immediately just say, I know what my car is now. And I'm pretty sure everyone here would probably agree with me. The DeLorean from Back to the Future. I mean, what car can be full, like stainless steel and literally like those going doors? Like, oh my God. Like, if that's not anybody's dream car, I don't know who, quite honestly. I don't know who you are. You're just an uncultured swine if you've never seen Back to the Future or seen a DeLorean.
Who is the best Looney Tune?
Bugs Bunny, hands down.
Well, if we're talking about in car-wise, I can name a bunch of them off of the list.
I can definitely tell you who easily is number one. Outside of my former bosses, I can definitely say if there's one Looney Tune that I know, it's Jacob Serber. And you know what? I'm just going to do the thing. He's still hissing ass, and he's still sucking Brie George's now seemingly invisible little trainee cock, just being all like, oh, Brie George, you taste so good. I am not sorry for anything that I just said right there. It's true, and that kid knows it.
What is both of your favorite drinks? Mine would
Diet
be
Pepsi for me.
Mine would be Baja Blast Mountain Dew.
Oh my God, my brother loves that shit. But for me, Diet Pepsi. Or Diet Coke, whichever I'm feeling in the mood for. Whatever we have in our cupboards.
If you're asking Nick, his is Jobber Blast.
Ha ha, very funny. Do I like chocolate? Oh my God. Yes, absolutely. I always got it in my lunch at school all the time. I kid you guys not. From elementary school all the way up to high school, chocolate milk was literally my go-to drink.
We're going to go to another question. Thoughts on snakes, also by J Kid.
Well, IRL snakes, yeah. Keep those things 100 yards away from my mom. As for car-related snakes, we all know the certain snakes around here that I am staying 10,000 miles away from. And I think we already know one, and that is one Mr. Malcolm Berry. Fuck him. Fuck him and his trade cheater ass kissing.
Who needs to go into the WWE Hall of Fame this year? Also by J Kid.
John fucking Cena. Definitely AJ Styles. Well, when he retires, that is. Cena definitely needs to go into it. As for anybody else, well, I definitely know Chris Jericho definitely needs it. So, yeah, I definitely could say, if I was going to say who should be headlining the Hall of Fame class for this upcoming WrestleMania, definitely John Cena. Definitely.
I was going to say Eddie Guerrero. I think he deserves another.
Eddie, straight up. Eddie Guerrero has been long overdue. I just doubt we'll be seeing one certain best friend of his. Even despite the fact that they reopened that investigation into that. And I think we all know who I'm talking about. I'm just not going to say his name. Because the last thing I need to hear is start hearing a certain song ringing out in my head. Batista? I didn't even think of Batista. Definitely could say he definitely belongs on that list, Mark.
Butter cookies or chocolate chip cookies to both you and CJ, and also Tom and Jerry fans?
Oh my God, I loved Tom and Jerry. And I can definitely say, definitely chocolate chip. And I'm pretty sure my daughter Ruby can agree with me on that one.
I have to go chocolate chip too on that.
My man.
What weapons do they need to add back to WWE 2K?
Yes. Just put more in. Let's be honest. Like anything SmackDown versus Raw that was in there. And like anything from the THQ days. Just put that shit back in the game. Come on.
You know how I really think need to be in the Hall of Fame? I got a picture of him. I'm going to show you right here on this thing.
Okay.
Get ready for some. I think this team needs to be in the Hall of Fame. If you guys know who they are.
Agreed. Absolutely, Mark. The ring bell definitely needs to be one. Definitely needs to be one.
If you guys know who this team is,
then you
would know who I'm talking to. But also, there's another team I was going to show you guys.
Mm-hmm. We certainly got one heck of a list.
Let's go to this. And I'm not talking about Rhino, and I'm not talking about Sandman. I'm talking about the guy in the middle.
Raven, absolutely.
I think they need to put him in the Hall of Fame.
Here's probably an odd one. Here's one that I honestly think they definitely need to, since he was in ECW. Perry Saturn. And I'm only saying Perry Saturn because of the fact that, I mean, he did that video with Maven not too long ago.
J-Kid also asked, favorite hockey team?
Well, I mean, outside my hometown, Cincinnati Cyclones, I got a few, but definitely could say top of the list, Detroit Red Wings. Because, I mean, think about this. You have all those great players. Darren McCarty, Brendan Shanahan, Steve Yzerman, Chris Osgood, Vladimir Konstantinov, Bob Probert, God rest his soul, even the great Gordie Howe.
And you know who I really think should be in the Hall of Fame also? And I don't know if J-Kid's watching, but he will know this man if I pull this picture up. Is this man. Let's see if you guys can remember his name. And J-Kid got it right. That is the franchise Shane Douglas with the ECW World Heavyweight title belt.
Damn. That is one heck of a choice. I'll give him that. I certainly can say there's a lot of WCW and ECW people that definitely deserve the Hall of Fame. Just don't put Vince Russo in there. Or Jim Cornette.
Now we're going to go to another question J-Kid asked. When you were in school, what did you eat?
Well, I always packed my lunches, but I could definitely say if I had to, I don't know. Like they had this like little like snack rack, like basically like with pretzels and all that. So if I had to, I definitely probably would have just grabbed one of those. Like if they had like chips or something, I'd probably grab that and just go from there. But I always pack my lunch, so I was all set. Definitely can say when I started having them peanut butter sandwiches, oh man, they were sticky as hell, but they were so damn good. Oh, I just see the question like right down under it. And I can certainly say that one's definitely definitely one that I can certainly say I have had it. I'll just wait for you to get to that question in there, CJ.
Now, did you guys ever down Lunchables?
Absolutely. I can definitely say extra cheesy pizza, absolutely goated. I mean, I never really had the sauce or the cheese. And quite honestly, looking back on it, I definitely should have. Definitely should have. So I could definitely say wasted opportunity.
Going back to the tag team, this is another tag team I feel like that needs to be in the Hall of Fame, and you guys remember them. If you guys watch WWF, I'm going to pull them up now.
Is that the Road Warriors?
Let's see if you guys remember this tag team.
I swear I recognize the guy on the left there. EOP. Oh. Because I swear I almost wanted to say that one of them looked like Animal from the Road Warriors. I don't know. I just can't really put my finger on it. But I definitely could say these guys definitely deserve it.
Now, if you guys never watched WWF, and Mark got it right. Mark got it right here.
The Powers of Pain.
The Powers of Pain. But Mark, I'm gonna ask you a question as well as Nick. Who was the two guys that is in this picture? Their names as wrestlers in this tag team Powers of Pain.
Warlord and Barbarian.
Yep. These two need to go in the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
It's a long time overdue.
I agree. These guys definitely have earned it. I see JKI's got a question down there. And this is about the NFL.
Favorite NFL team?
I'm not really much of an NFL fan, but if I had to pick one, probably the Bengals. Despite how mediocre that the team is. Ugh. But yeah, definitely can say the Bengals. No matter how mediocre they've been. I mean, that run to the Super Bowl just the past few years, oh my lord. They had the Rams beat. It's just unfortunate that the Rams literally had home field advantage. Like, I'm not lying. Literally home field advantage. I don't know how it happened. I don't know why. But the Bengals should have had it won. What? Okay.
when we going back to the Hall of Fame here, there's another team that I'm going to pull up if I can try to find it.
Yeah, I'd say the Browns are definitely a very close second there, Mark. Very close.
And it's not letting me pull it up. But speaking about titles, guys, I'm going to pull up a title here. I want you guys to tell me in the chat, as well as Nick, your favorite title design of the WWE title. And I'm going to pull it up right now.
Oh my gosh. Well, I came in when they had into watching wrestling around the time the last title on there was, but when I was watching old Attitude Era clips, I definitely can say I remember seeing pictures of that winged eagle. But I definitely know that the one from 98, I am pretty certain I've seen a few times. And I can certainly say, if I was to pick any of the titles from the Attitude Era, I definitely can say, I mean, come on, like the Winged Eagle's literally right there. Like, you just can't ignore it. I definitely can say the spinner belt definitely would be a close second. But if I'm going overall, it's the Winged Eagle. Oh, damn, I totally forgot about the Smoking Skull. Well, hello there, Mr. Heyman.
Now we're going to go back to ECW here. I'm going to ask Nick, out of every ECW taping that Paul Heyman has done, what would be your favorite ECW moment as far as taping goes?
Honestly, I think any time that somebody was going through a flaming table. But if I had to pick exactly which person, I don't know. I definitely can say I think Spike Dudley's the one that first comes to my mind when I think ECW and flaming table. And I'm pretty sure everyone else can agree with me. Come on, guys. Any more questions, please?
Yeah, don't bore Nick to death.
Because if I have to, I swear to God, I will literally load up COD on my PS5 right now and just go shoot some guys up. I mean, if you guys want to really ask the big questions, ask me about my former workplace. Come on. Honestly, I'm surprised Dan Rapture isn't in here yet. But then again, knowing him, he's probably got Heather Ray all up in his DMs at the moment. So I can't say I blame him. But considering that JTV match tapings are likely going to be going on this week, I guess some of them are doing tapings. So, can't really blame them. And speaking of the devil, I'm looking at my game base and I'm seeing one current tape thing going on. Not going to say what, because I'm not trying to spoil anything.
Favorite ECW World Heavyweight Champion? I'm going to ask Nick that question.
The whole effing show. Rob Van Dam. But I guess if we were to talk about like the WWE version of ECW, I'm pretty certain Punk won that thing before. You all in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty certain I remember CM Punk held that thing for a while. Raven, ECW World Champ. Yeah, that dude definitely has a lot under his belt.
Y'all forgetting somebody too. The franchise Shane Douglas.
That man too, absolutely.
He was probably, to be honest, he was probably one of my favorites holding the ECW World title. That's when, if you guys go back and look at the tapes, that's when Shane Douglas won the NWA title and threw the NWA World Heavyweight title in the trash can. And when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, I'm not letting Shane sign my damn NWA title because I know what he's going to do with the damn title. He's going to throw that damn shit in the trash can.
I would have paid to see that. But in all honesty, I can definitely say I totally forgot about another name. Tommy fucking Dreamer.
Didn't Rhino win the ECW world title at one point?
Pretty sure he did.
Or was that the television?
He might have. I don't know. Thank you, Mark. So Punk actually did win it.
Oh, I got a question that favorite nickname for Mark Banham. I'm going to ask Nick.
I would have said Marky Poo, but then again, Team Edge calls Markiplier that. And those guys are, by the way, the GOATs. But I'll probably just say Marky Mark and go from there.
Knowing Mark, he's going to put ignores comment in the chat.
I would have just called him Monk, but I don't think he wants to hear that. Rhino was the last ECW champion of the order. Well, looks like I'm going to have to go back and watch some ECW clips on YouTube. And I'm probably going to have to stop Ruby from nearly trying to hurt herself because she wants to do some ECW shit. Ruby, I see you looking at me like that. Don't even get any ideas. Come on, guys. I want to try to get this thing to 3 hours, please. Mark, just be glad I'm not calling you Unk and leave it at that.
So I was right. Rhino was the last ECW champion of the old era. Then we have Mark Bannon said, I'm not against that nickname because that nickname was from my late Aunt Betty. Definitely sorry about your loss, Mark. I know how it feels with family, so I will say that here on the live. If you guys got any more questions for Nick, now's the time to put them in the chat.
Come on, guys. I at least want to try to get this thing to 2 hours, or at least 3.
I got a question for Nick. Now, I know that you heard Shandon say on the Snow Showdown show, if you guys never watched that, he called you Nick Cocoon. So what do you got to say to Shandon, the JTV World Champion, for that? I'm kind of curious, and the rest of the JTV guys, and Myself,
Leave BKS in the back, Shendin, and I am going to make sure that your name, it's not going to be Shendin. It's going to be Shendun. Because that title reign of yours is going to be done. So, I can definitely say, Mr. Shendun, he is definitely going to get one heck of a reply from me. That is one thing I will say is very much going to happen. Might happen on JTV 19, might happen at Chemical Warfare. You never know where I'll show up.
Or maybe on the City of Impact podcast. Who knows?
Yeah, speaking of which, Kevin Impact, my inbox is open.
Now we go back to the question that I'm going to ask.
All right.
What do you think about Shandon as JTV World Heavyweight Champion?
Honestly, how has nobody beaten him for that damn thing yet? How? I mean, seriously, what do I gotta do? Just use my supernatural powers, unleash the Star Arcane, or maybe the Cosmic Emperor and absolutely dog walk that ass of his? I don't know. But quite honestly, I've heard what he said. He's running out of challengers. Well, guess what? You got one right here. Name the time and place, Shendon. Name the time and place, and we'll do that dance.
Well, I've just received word that Mark said, Nick, be glad that he didn't call you Rocknick Kikun.
He called me that. I probably start calling him the next Ray Everett. Or Devin Kilella, which one you want to go with. For anyone watching, don't answer that. Also, if any of the MPW guys over there just so happen to be watching this, fuck you guys. Fuck every last one of yous.
Now, I'm going to show everybody the new TNA logo that I pretty much done that you guys probably saw on this YouTube channel. But, ta-da! The new Titan Nation Alliance logo coming soon.
That looks beautiful. Just goddamn beautiful.
And I know Alex King was watching, so I want to show everyone the new PWA logo I personally done for him for Pro Wrestling Alliance. That's the new logo that I done for Alex King.
Damn, I like this. I really do.
So yeah, ask Nick some questions. You're gonna put this man to sleep.
I think they already have.
asked him about any Titan Nation Alliance matches he had, whether it was me, whether it was...
Hell, you guys could even ask me about my former workplace. I don't give a shit. I got some grievances with them to air out, and believe me, I'm pretty sure you guys would love that.
You can ask Nick about his favorite matches, his biggest rivals. I mean,
well, I mean, my biggest rival. I mean, we already probably know the answer to that, and I don't work for them anymore. Oh, I know Rocket Raccoon, Mark. I know him.
Here's a question I'm going to ask Nick. And Mark, I hope you're listening to the chat because this does involve you. But Nick, I want to ask you, what do you think about Mark getting beat by Amber Rocks?
Well, at least it wasn't my daughter Ruby. She probably absolutely wrecked you, but let's be completely honest, Mark. I think Ruby would be the least of your worries. Your real problem's Yang. But then again, I mean, I know Amber. She's a good sport.
Mark asked favorite video games.
Do I even need to answer that one? It's NHL, and I certainly could say WWE2K to a certain extent.
And then he also said outside of NHL.
Glad that he put that detail in there. Well, I mean, there are certain anime games out there that I like. I could certainly say Sword Art Online is one of them. I recently got Ruby Arrowfell earlier. Still yet to turn that sucker on and have myself a blast. But certainly could say they got some very interesting references in that game. Even the song from this one Ruby fan project that I've been watching on YouTube. Definitely recommend it. It's called Ruby Evermore. Oh, Alex Kane with probably the mother of all questions here. Holy.
Alex King asked, what is your opinion on this generation of professional wrestling? That is by Alex King.
It's shit. Next question.
Oh, Mark just shooting the shots. It's shit. Next question. Moving on.
I mean, if we were to just look at WWE, I mean, the answer says it right there.
Why is Nick Cayenne wanting the TNA World Heavyweight Championship held by Nixon Wolf?
I mean, come on, it's obvious. I've never won a world title. Not in MPW, not in JTV, not even here in TNA. So quite honestly, I want my first title to actually have some special meaning. And if I have to run through Nixon Wolf, break his heart, and maybe his bones as well, so be it. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of him.
Now, what
He
if
can try
it
as he might.
means that Alex King somehow gets the world title and you got to face him? What do you got to say to Alex King if he gets the world title?
Bring it on. I'll fight anybody at any time. Doesn't matter who the champion is. All that matters is you guys got something I want. So I'm just going to give this warning out to everyone now. Whoever holds that TNA World Heavyweight Championship, you better be looking over your shoulder, because you never know where I might be lurking.
Here's another question popping up. Why did Shendon call you Nick Cocoon on the show Snowdown show?
I don't fucking know. He was trying to find out a way to roast me, and apparently that was the first thing that came out of his mouth. And now it's literally a meme that even Dan Rapture and all those over there in Code of Honor are absolutely having a laugh about. I'll tell you the worst one. Kaikuni Pookie Bear. Ugh.
And then Alex King says, Nikki boy, you don't want to smoke.
Who gives a shit? I'm not scared of anybody. You think I was scared of Devin Kiloa? Fuck no. You think I'm scared of Ray trying to huff and puff and blow my house down and try to be a little toxic little man baby? Fuck that. And I don't give a shit if they're likely going to watch this back later. I want them to know all too well. You guys will never amount to a damn thing with MPW without me. Ever. Ever. That show is going to fail. It is going to flop. And all because you guys have a guy that cares more about TKO style booking than even taking any necessary time to watch anything of the Attitude Era.
Oh, Mark even decided to put his comment in. He said, Nick, ask Ron Storm about Nixon Wolf. Ooh.
Nixon Wolf hasn't met me. That should be who he should really be concerned about. It should be him worrying about me, because he doesn't know what I can do.
So, if Alex King is watching, if I bring Alex King into this live stream to have a special interview for this talk show, or even Mark Bannon, to make this episode a little bit more entertaining, which one of them two would accept to come into the StreamYard live stream live here on YouTube with the one and only TV champion, Nick Cayenne?
Honestly, whoever steps up to the plate first.
So there is the link, Mark, in the chat. If you want to step up to the plate to be a part of this thing, you or Alex King to come on here with the TV champion. Now,
Come on, let's go.
I'm going to make this a special episode where we have Nick Cayenne talk to potentially one of his challengers, maybe rivals, maybe feuds. Who knows what I might throw in TNA?
At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised if Nixon Wolf shows up.
So, speaking about Nixon Wolf, what do you think of Nixon Wolf as the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, carrying that title around and doing something you could never do, Nick, and beat Devin Keola?
Devin, he can do everything he can. He can sleep with my youngest daughter all he wants. He can talk shit about my girls' team Ruby. But there's one thing he can never hold a candle to.
Ladies
and
and
that's
gentlemen,
my stock value.
I hate to tell you, welcome to this episode. The one and only man that's accept the challenge, Mark Bannon.
Well, he's taking a minute.
So the question is Mark going to say anything to Nick here in this live?
He's probably still learning.
Waiting on Mark. As soon as he...
I think he's probably making sure everything's all good to go.
But if you guys want to join the link and even ask Nick questions on here with me, there is the link. Now, if you come on here thinking that you're going to try to come on here just to bash me, Nick, or anybody else, we're pretty much going to shut you down before you even have a chance to talk.
Yeah, basically get the fuck out. Bottom line.
But if you guys want to actually ask Nick's questions while on here.
Oh, and apparently Mark disconnected. Oh, well.
Well, Mark Bannon decided to leave the Heartbreak Hotel to go to McDonald's Wi-Fi.
He's probably got a taping or something to worry about. I don't know.
Now the question that's on my mind is this.
All right.
What is Nick Cayenne's biggest achievement that he wants to do, not only in JTV, but also in Titan Nation Alliance, and also Pro Wrestling Alliance, and also AHW, which is Ricky Armstrong's company?
Be a world champ. Like everyone else probably would say. Because world titles mean one thing. They basically tell you you're somebody that should be taken seriously. Not just in this community, but in this industry as a whole. And that's a message that I make very clear, not just to my kids, but even to my students. I mean, hell, I can definitely say I actually did recently get my severance papers from MPW. And in return.
Also, if you guys want to join, there's the link. So, Alex King, if you got anything you want to ask to come on the show and ask Nick Cayenne, you guys actually get, not only I get to ask him, but you guys also get to ask him. I'm doing something new here. So, you guys more than welcome. Click on the link in the live chat to be a part of this. Also, I'm going to give shout out to Pro Wrestling Alliance is a place to be and has a partnership with Top Nation Alliance. That is true, JMR.
Damn right.
Now let's see if Mark Banham can connect, or is he going to have that McDonald's Wi-Fi problem again? We're going to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, Kevin Impact's JTV television champion, Mark Bannon.
And he's loading. He's still loading. Somebody start the Jeopardy music.
Do 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 do. We still waiting on Mark Banham. He's got McDonald's Wi-Fi, so this is. Alex King asked, "What is your opinion on the possible WWE 2K26?"
Just don't pull a fucking 24. That's all I ask.
And please do not pull a 2K20 where it crashes every time you try to do something.
Oh, fucking totally.
That's what I got to say. But anyways, Mark Banham, you got any questions you want to ask Nick? You're in the live now. Welcome.
Is things probably taking some time, or he's getting his headset all situated. Knowing him.
We got the television champion here for JTV. If you guys never watched the JTV episode, I suggest you go watch their latest show, which is Snow Showdown. WCW. It was a damn good show. I suggest you guys go back watch it if you guys are my fans that tune in.
Yeah, don't worry. By the way, guys, bear in mind chemical warfare is coming soon.
Yep.
And maybe, just maybe, you might see me on the show. You never know. You might not. You never know.
Could we see Nick Cayenne? Uh-oh, Alex King just went there, guys. I got to post this.
Oh, shit.
I got a question for Mark. When we seeing Mark getting his butt whooped by Amber Rocks again? I'll let Mark answer that question as soon as he gets his headphones in. But that will be a question for Mark whenever he gets his headphones in. And what a question and a shot by Alex King to Mark Banham.
But if that question was for me, I can certainly say, I guarantee me versus Amber would be a respectful affair. Because I like her like a sister. She likes me like a big brother. And I can certainly say the dynamic is just, I swear to God, she's the Ruby Rose to my Yang Xiaolin. And I'm Mark disconnected.
And Mark's got McDonald's Wi-Fi again. But we will leave this question up. And if you guys got any questions, definitely ask Nick.
Yeah, it's just I'm keeping an eye on my dogs at the moment. And they're having barking fits. Yay. I swear you mentioned a cat. There's a cat anywhere?
Alex King says, listen, I'm still waiting for my rematch against Mark on JTV 19.
I'm sure it will happen.
And he said, he's been dodging me. Oh, my God.
Well, Mark gets back in here. I already know he's probably not going to be in a good mood after hearing that. But let's be completely honest.
But until then, I'm going to put my mic on mute, and then Nick can pretty much talk about whatever question he has until I get back.
Yeah. But anyways, let me just take some time with everyone watching. And let's just address the MPW stuff. Just so we can get it out of the way, so it's addressed and I don't have to go on the City of Impact and talk about it. Well, then again, I'll probably still talk about it, but either way. So, we all know what happened. We all know the broken promises and the broken dreams. But really, all I can say is when you are a show owner, you need to be a leader. You need to realize that every decision falls on you and you solely. If you get too many people basically run around with like power and authority, like say for example Devin Kiloa and Malcolm Berry, it's going to cause problems. Ray clearly said he knew that. Did he really? I mean, look at what happened. Good on you, Jason. You and I are in the same boat. In fact, I'm not going to sugarcoat it anymore. If Ray just so happens to be watching this, I'm just going to be an asshole. You're a mentally ill, mentally unstable piece of shit of an eFed owner that has no business running a show. All you do is just edit, put match cards together, record shit, and that's it. You're not a leader. You never have been. And I will literally walk up and down this community, talk about it, and say straight to your face if I ever saw you on the streets, Free, that if you have a problem with me, take it up with me directly. Let's fucking go.
Is Mark there?
I think he's getting some stuff all situated.
But going back to that question that Alex King put, that way Mark can answer, and I'm going to mute my mic because I got to wait on some stuff. But
See, and DJ K-Hawk just so happens to agree with my statement because I'm not lying about about any feelings and anything anything of the sort towards MPW. And seriously, Mark, get your shitty ass McDonald's internet together and find your head, except for Pete's sake. If you hear us, and you can acknowledge that. Yep. Well said. Well said, Jason. Well freaking said. And I left on his birthday, along with a lot of others in JTV. Mark as well. Barry was the deal breaker for me. I will not be around a show with anybody that supports Trey Jeter. Well, to a certain extent. People like those in the Carpe Diem network, they get an exception. And there he is.
So, Mark, Alex King put in a shot for you, and he said, I got a question for Mark. When are we going to see Mark get his butt whooped by Amber Rocks again?
You can even say no comment. I wouldn't blame you. Wouldn't even blame you in the slightest. Yeah, we hear you. It's just like you're cutting in and out, basically. I don't know what the deal is.
Now, going back on the Alex King thing, I don't know if Mark can answer this or if he's having technical difficulties, but
he definitely is.
Maybe having McDonald's Wi-Fi, knowing Mark.
I've had my fair share of that. And there he goes. He's probably trying to fix it.
So I'm going to share this link in the comments here. Let's see. Paste. Here's a link to get on the show, guys, if you guys want to be a part of it, to ask Nick questions. But also, when you get on the show, they can ask you questions. So be prepared for the unexpected. In other words, like watching Big Brother, be prepared for the unexpected.
Yeah. In the meantime, while we're possibly waiting for Mark to get back, I need to go and grab those little lippy little doggies of mine. So I'll be right back, guys. And feel free to send some questions.
Nick will be right back, so feel free to put some questions in the chat. There is the link down below to join. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, we could see Kevin Impact join. I mean, who knows what might just happen during this talk show. So,
okay, well, I got him back in the house. Just need to get them back in their cages, and then Anybody else has any further questions, then bring them in.
Let's try this again with Mark so he can answer the question by Alex King. Alex King asks, I got a question for Mark. When are we seeing Mark get his butt whooped by Amber Rocks again? Going to be interesting to see what happens if Mark can answer this question due to his McDonald's Wi-Fi. Also,
Jeez Louise. That man's having connection issues galore over there.
Also, guys, feel free to ask Nick Cayen's questions as we're about ready to hit that 2-hour marker. So feel free to ask him questions. And hopefully we can get Mark right back on here.
Mark, if you have to, close out of YouTube. That way your mic will probably work.
Yeah. It's probably what's doing it.
They're probably flip-flopping from that and StreamYard.
First of all, can Mark hear us and can we hear him?
You got me now?
Now we
All
do.
right.
Holy.
So now JMR asked this question and he made kind of a shot. He said, I got a question for Mark. When we seeing Mark get his butt whooped by Amber Rocks again?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I'm still.
Good Lord. Yep, he's definitely having technical difficulties. Well, looks like Jay's done with the taping. Apparently, Mark's having issues where he can't hear us.
Well, if anybody wants
In
to
fact,
come in,
he's having technical difficulties. He apparently
if
can't
anybody
hear us
wants
talking.
to come in to the live stream and ask Nick questions, there's the link right there I posted in the chat. So, and hopefully Mark does not exit out of here again.
He's trying frantically to figure this out.
J Kid
Can you
asked
hear
taping.
me?
Who said I was taping? Yeah, I can hear you, Mark.
Can you hear us?
Now, here's a question I got from Mark, because Alex King really did ask Mark this.
And if he can stop practically connecting and disconnecting, he can probably answer it.
But if we can't get to this question, Mark can answer it whenever he gets back on.
If he can stop connecting, disconnecting, and reconnecting, that is.
I think Mark's having that McDonald's Wi-Fi. But if you guys want to come in and ask Nick Cayenne questions, there's the StreamYard. We will add you guys to the stage. So this make it fun and interactive for everybody. So until then, you guys can ask Nick Cayenne questions on this live.
Mark is trying frantically to figure this out.
Mark, I don't know what the hell you doing here.
Oh,
Hey, you might as well get your ass out of here. If you're looking for ratings, Mark, move aside. All right. What's wrong with you, Mark? I like podcasts. I like controversy. I like kicking doors in, if you will. You know? But sometimes, just sometimes, you never know what to expect on this channel. And that's why you should hit the like button right now. Smash the like button. Because you just
damn
never
fucking
know what
right.
you're gonna get. What's going on, fellas? What the hell do we got going on here?
Especially when Nick said and quoted that he would love to have a match with Kevin Impact, and then Kevin Impact shows up. So this is going to be a damn good episode.
Nick don't want a match with Kevin Impact. You know, what Nick wants is just to keep it PG, play it safe, stick to these AI guys. You know what I mean? Stick to the simulation world where you got guys on commentary that never put you over and hold you back creatively from becoming the world heavyweight champion. Because you start messing around with Kevin Impact, and I got to pull out my Kiloa granola bar, you know what I mean, and beat you over the head with it. Oh, did I break the fourth wall? What is it? Say hello.
No, you took a shot, and I am all for it.
So, yes, I appreciate what you guys said earlier. It means a lot to me that I got mentioned a few times. I am doing stuff in the background for the show, but I still got the podcast on. I've been listening. And I'm not here to steal anybody's spotlight, although I am here to promote myself a little bit. But
well, you're the box office hit for a reason.
I sure am, but I came to say thank you, and I appreciate the fact that you guys show me love and respect. I want to shout out DJ Chaotic real quick. DJ Chaotic is one of the cool guys that I like being around of, along with CJ Mondo, who show me a lot of respect and love. And I keep talking about him because you got to understand, I've heard lies and rumors about this guy for a couple of years. And then I get to know the guy, and I found out the same thing. I'm doing the same thing to him that he's doing to me. He heard rumors and lied about me for a little bit. I don't know if it was for years. I'm sure CJ Mondo's known me for years. We just don't know each other for years, you know, because I've known about CJ Mondo for a while. I just never thought we would work together. And I thought that some of the really shitty rumors I heard about him was true. And then, you know, it's important to get to know people. And with the new year coming in, this is my first time being on this channel, on this podcast this year. We need to continue moving towards positive. This is an excellent channel. CJ Mondo is a great guy. He's a very supportive friend. And I want to send a special fuck you to every single person out there that hated on him because of the fact that you were either jealous or you wanted to just throw his name under the fucking bus because he speaks his fucking mind like I do. Same as Nick Kaiken, same as Mark Bannon, and same as a lot of the guys from JTV that speak their mind. So a shout out to DJ Chaotic, a shout out to CJ Mondo here on his show, a shout out to you, Nick, you know, because despite the fact that, you know, I'm not going to come on there and be fake, you know, we're still working out our differences, but brothers fight. That's just how it is. It happens. Me and you do not hate each other. I don't hate you. I don't actually have a problem with you, you know. You're showing me what you either. You're showing me what the truth is. And I see the real you, and that's why I choose not to judge you. Because I understand the real you, unlike those who want to try to rub dirt on your name and lie about you and try to judge you for shit that they do 10 times worse, you know, which is always so weird. You know what I mean? I'm not going to take shots at nobody, but I'm just saying what it is that there's no place in call for negativity. It's a new year. Everybody should be looking to go viral. Everybody should be looking to do their shit, have fun. And I'm excited about all this. Mark, you want to say something?
If you can hear us.
If your connection don't work, you got to get the hell off this damn show, Mark. You know what I mean? I don't even know if he's here or not. I have my back turned. But Mark is another one, you know, we've had our moments. But I understand Mark, and I also choose not to judge him as well. You know, some of the best advice Kevin Impact can give you in the call community is stuff that guys like me and DJ Chaotic and CJ Mondo spoke about. And that is simply put, don't fucking assume. Always try to hear both stories, all the stories, and rule shit out based off of the facts that you've obtained. Don't just go, hey, I want CJ Mondo to be the bad guy or Nick or Mark or whoever. So that's just what I'm going to go with because this person said this. Don't work that way. Get to know the facts before anything. Every single person that I am choosing to judge right now in CAW, I'm only doing it based off of facts that I know, not opinion, not because I want to judge someone. It's just based off of my experience with these individuals and off of shit that they did, that I know that they did. So let's be positive this year. Let's have some fun. You guys, I've been enjoying this episode. You guys have been talking about a lot of shit. I love that we had pictures put up earlier, you know, and it's been good. I'm very happy that CJ Mondo's taking advantage of this platform and doing the most with it. And I'm very glad that he's bringing people on here. I told someone once upon a time that he and his company should do podcasts because I think it would be great, but they don't do them. I don't know why. Instead, they rather just be around toxic people and produce toxic drama, which I just don't understand those things. We have something positive going on right here with our production right now, with our associates and our partnerships. You know, we got JMR, Alex King doing his thing with his promotion, just had a show last night, and CJ Mondo was on it. And CJ Mondo's doing his thing with his company. And DJ Chaotic as well with the new channel that just started out. And shout out, you know, to Enrique, who's doing his shit as well. These are the guys that I see doing positive things in call from the far. Among several other promotions out there. You know, we don't come on here to bash COH or anybody. You know what I'm saying? We understand, recognize that FAM and all these companies have been around for quite some time. And from my understanding, I've been hearing from the grapevine that I don't know if it's FAM, but one of them are showing a lot of love to us, and even Shendon got some love, you know. So that's what I like to
Oh
hear. I
yeah,
like to
Eve
hear.
Heron. Yeah, yeah.
There you
Her,
go.
Heather Ray, those guys are absolutely loving what we're doing over here.
There you go. So that is the love that I want to distribute. That's what I want and call. That's all I want and call. That is my selfish desire, my selfish scheme, my snakish, fake, manipulative, evil tactics. That's what it is. That's what I want. I want everybody to love each other, to have fun, to make history, enjoy yourself as much as possible. Okay? That's what this should be about.
Yeah,
That's
and
what this
certain
shit
people
should
are
be
in
about.
call. I'm not going to name names, but this man, Kevin Impact, spitting facts. You all should probably listen.
That's all it is. It's a new year. Let's stop being little kids. Let's love each other. Let's do the right thing. I can't make peace with every last one of you because some of you motherfuckers are just never going to change. You know what I mean?
Don't save them. They don't want to be saved.
There you go. On my Carlito Way shit, you're just not going to change. But there's, you know, I'm going to try to reach out to some people, talk to them. You know, I'm talking to someone that I can't name drop on here. I'm going to try to talk to someone, but you know,
Well,
in
outside
terms
of Pierce Perch, just coming around, just trying to be like, "Oh, Mr. Impact, you taste so good."
you mother, I'm gonna kill you when we go off the air, Nick. But anyways,
Love
yeah,
you too, Jimmy.
yes, sir. So,
Hey, you can't be talking about Mark's favorite wrestler now.
and in terms of
Or
Bree
Mr.
George,
PP, if you want to get specific. And look, you just decided, and there he goes.
in terms of Bree George and several other people that have been mentioned here, you know, positivity is a very good thing. Making peace is a very good thing. If we can make peace all together, great. You know, if you can't and people just choose to continue to be toxic, the best thing to do is to just get away from them. I'm a little sad. I'm a little sad because I asked a question earlier. My question was answered. And it's very disappointing to me. And don't take this the wrong way, Ray, but it's very disappointing to me that you lost CJ Mondo because CJ Mondo is one of the guys I watched over there for a while. And I like his stuff. And that's why I'm choosing to work with the guy. And it's very disappointing and frustrating for me when I'm watching CJ Mondo and I'm trying to do my fucking job. And commentary doesn't acknowledge him when he cuts a fucking excellent promo shoot. I just don't understand that. Some of my guys at JTV.
Can we talk about my brother
That's not
law
a,
next
that's
storm?
it's up to CJ. CJ's the boss.
I mean, hell,
Hold
we're
on,
about
hold on.
truth and positivity. So as long as it's positive and the truth, floor is yours.
Okay, so just keep it professional. You know, is what CJ's saying. Keep it professional. I'll try to do the same.
Yeah,
So
I mean, seriously, how
ahead,
is
Nick.
it that my commentary person and brother-in-law Nick Storm, how is it that he's doing all of this promotional stuff? Like he's saying, like, "Oh, make sure to check out JTV. Oh, make sure to check out Titan Nation Alliance. Make sure to check out Code of Honor. Make sure to check out this. Make sure to check out that. Watch this when it comes out. Watch that when it comes out." How is it that he can do the job better, and then you got fucking Devin Kiloa as DJ Kiloa over here just basically blowing smoke up his own ass? It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's a good question. I like Nick Storm, by the way. We don't talk that much, but he's shown me a lot of love and respect when we had talked, and I like the guy. I didn't know what to expect from him. Like I said, you know, I try to stay away from him, and I try to stay away from CJ. I try to stay away from Gorilla Cruz. You know, back a little after the pandemic because I didn't trust him. I thought he was just a defector, and then I get to know the guy, and I recognize that he's a great father and a great man. You know, so it's good to get to know people. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, if you notice, and if you have not noticed, a lot of people who have had a lot of problems with us that lie about us, it's not because we're the problem. They're the problem. They have issues with themselves, and they choose to project that negativity on us because we talk about not just the truth, but we also want peace and we want to preach the right things. And they don't want that. They want drama, they want control, they want manipulation, they want to be able to be on some fuck shit and just have that grip, if you will, on Carl. And in my opinion, I don't believe Carl was made for that. I believe Carl was made for what we're trying to make it right now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I just don't understand it. Like you said, I mean, I'm sure there's an answer for that specific question that
We're
doesn't
all
make any
supposed to
sense.
act like family, like FAM has tried to do for years. Why can't we just be like that?
Famiversary, you know what I mean? Oh, they've been around for a long time, you know what I mean? Uh, never done business with them, seen them around, Cameron Bash and all those guys back in my 2K14 era of just getting to know Chris Conscious and all these people, which I didn't know I knew him, I knew of him. I didn't know him personally, but we've been friends for a very, very long time on social media. We just never talked because I thought I was never going to work with him. You know what I mean? Him, Butter Slug, if you know him, CJ Mondo, Nick Virtual, some of these
Oh my God.
guys.
Yeah, some
You know
of
what I
those
mean?
guys are absolute legends.
Yeah,
Nick
they
Virtue
are.
definitely one.
They are legends. They are legends. There's no ifs. They are. But the thing is, a lot of these people, I just thought I was never going to work with them. CJ Mondo's one of them. I didn't think I would work with you when I first met you, and I didn't want to because I had so much support for Ray and his company since day one. And I'm not going to say stuff he did and said, but I will say that there's been a lot of lying about me for years because I've always been a supporter of MPW. You know, I signed Ray to a wrestling contract in 2K16 in that same year. And I got to know Ray and I fell in love with him as a friend. And I heard many different things. You know, Kevin Wolf, who supposedly is over there right now, shitted on Ray and all these other people that came to me and people that I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? People from like Iceman's neck of the woods or whoever who was shitting
Yeah,
on
fuck that,
Ray,
man.
saying, "Oh, Ray's toxic, this and that." And I'm like, I don't think so. I know Ray, he's a great guy because I really believe that. We're sitting there playing DC Universe and all this stuff, talking about wrestling. I understood that he was into anime and all this other stuff that went on. And it was a little before MPW came to fruition. And Ray came to me before I debuted Ray. Me and him discussed, because he liked to play Skyrim, the video game. So me and him had a discussion about an Illuminati organization, and he came up with the Dark Brotherhood, I think it was. So the Dark Brotherhood is in the game, and I didn't want to do that. I said I want to do a faction in JTV like the Illuminati, but I want it to be the Skull Brotherhood. And you know how it is when
And
you
the
come
rest
up
was
with a name
history.
the first time. Right. When you come up with a name for the first time, whether a wrestling name, a tag team name, whatever, finisher name, you're never sure at first. You're always going, I don't know if this name is going to stick. Because when I came up with Kevin Impact, I wasn't sure. I'm thinking, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work. But when you make it work, it changes everything. CJ
Yeah, I can
Mondo
certainly
is unique.
say when I was first given the Nick Kai Ken name from Brie, it definitely kind of gave me like a. It definitely felt weird at first, but then
Yeah.
slowly I started to grow on
I'm
it.
sure. CJ Mondo is unique. Kevin Impact, I believe, to be unique. Nick Kai Ken is unique. Mark Bennon is unique. I mean,
Yeah.
Shendon is unique. So to me, it was just one of those things. So with Ray, it's like, I came up with the Skull Brotherhood. He co-signed, and then I told him I want you to play this character. He's Burke Lawson, and he's kind of like the Antichrist. He comes in, he's going to promise everything for everyone. So, he's going to take care of things, make things right in JTV, and it's just one big secret society. It worked. It got over. As much as there were children, men who shitted on the Skull Brotherhood and podcasts and stuff of that nature, and tried to make fun of it, ran their fucking mouths about me, lied, and wanted to make fun of the Skull Brotherhood factions, or should I say, it's not a faction, it's a secret society. It got over.
Mhm.
Thank you, Ray, for helping get it over, and you're welcome for helping getting it over. You know, it was something that worked. Now,
And yet they all wanted to spread those lies about you, Jay. And yet, at the end of the day, they're the ones that are just like Pierce Perch. They're just out here being like, "Oh, Mr. Impact, you taste so good."
you keep this shit up, Nick. Just keep it right up. Anyways, he's trying to break my character on there, this bastard. But yeah, I agree with you. You know, so Skull Brotherhood came into fruition sometime in 16. This Burke Lawson character is born, which, all respects to Ray. Ray is an amazing mind for call, a brilliant, very creative man who is amazing at creating characters, compelling stories, which I did not know that. It's just that Ray,
He
you
gets
know,
pussy whipped
also
a lot.
well, there. I don't know about pussy whoop. I think he drops the ball on certain stories and certain angles because not having enough confidence or allowing other people to talk him out of it.
Not just stories and angles, people too. I'm a
Yeah,
living
yes,
testimony.
yes, I agree. I agree, and I'm another victim along with you again, and it's very frustrating and disappointing. But uh, Scar Brotherhood came to fruition. I got to know Ray. We were friends 17, 18, 19, and then by the time which he doesn't talk about these things, and I wish he would, you know, because it's very disappointing because I give him a lot of credit. I don't need to come on here and make him look like $1,000,000 because he doesn't do it for me. Now he does do it, to be fair, because he's been on this show and has shouted us out, and he has gone to people and said he was working with us and stuff like that. So to some extent, yes, he does. But it's other things that I guess he forgot. I guess he forgot about. I guess. But in 20, we were going to put Ray in the Hall of Fame for JTV because Ray health condition had gotten worse and he couldn't do PvP anymore. And Ray is not just good on the mic, not just a good character, not just a good creator, not just a good everything, but he's also a really good PvP wrestler, which a lot of people don't know that about him. You know what I mean? Just like the both of you and CJ are good PvP wrestlers. And I don't think a lot of people know that neither because you guys are like in a lot of simulated places. But Ray's a good PvP guy, great wrestler, and I wanted him. I wanted to do stuff with him. It's just that Ray had been frustrated because Ray didn't have the wherewithal to be able to win many matches. You know what I mean? So Ray got frustrated, decided to establish in the back for reasons like that, and because he was jealous of a couple of people. And this is not my opinion or my words. This is something he himself has said. You know what I mean? That it was jealousy that came in between us, and I hate the fact that it did, because there should be no reason for there to have been jealousy.
Yeah,
All
and he
you
wanted
had
to
to do
kiss
was
Trey
talk.
Jeter's ass.
I'm not going to say nothing about that, but I will say that he could have came to me, talked to me, and we could have worked something out if he was frustrated. I wanted Burke Lawson. He did not want to be Burke Lawson. He wanted to switch to different characters. And
And yet he
respectfully,
still took it anyways.
well, yeah, and respectfully, which is interesting you say that, but respectfully, fucking, you know, you could have talked to me about a name change and stuff like that. He doesn't do it. He just goes and stabs us in the back. Not cool. You know what I mean? Not cool.
Yeah, wouldn't be the first time he's done it.
No, absolutely
But I
not.
certainly can say, as far as I'm concerned, it certainly has been the last.
I think so. I think we're at that point where me and him can't move forward, and it's very disappointing. And it shouldn't have come to this. But when you have fake individuals, real fake individuals around you that are trying to destroy your promotion and manipulate it for their benefit, and they don't give a shit about nobody else, folks, that's not progress. It is not progress. Prior to popular beliefs of individuals in the past who think that I suck up to Shendon, Shendon sucks up to me, I have favorites in JTV or whatever the fucking case is, everybody has to work for what they got. Everybody. You guys aren't there when I'm chewing Shendon's ass out over a lot of different things. And I'm like, you can't do this, you can't do that, or you're not going to get this, you're not going to get that. Shendon, just like anybody else, has the right to come to me and say, hey, I would like to do this. CJ Mondo could do it. You could do it. Mark can do it. Anybody has the right to come to me and say, hey, I would like to do this. Even if it's putting yourself over in an angle, you have the right to do that. It doesn't mean I have to say yes. You see what I'm saying? And just because you're suggesting, hey, Impact, maybe we should put the JTV belt on me. There's nothing wrong with that. Why would you not be suggesting that? You're trying to get over in the wrestling business. That's how this business goes. Nice guys finish last. It's like the old saying goes,
Yep.
So you have to be ambitious. You have to want it all. Shendon is a guy that wants it all, but he works for what the fuck he wants. And I don't just fucking hand it to him. What I hand over to people is opportunity. CJ Mondo is going to get it. He's going to get to work. He's going to get to build. He's going to get to talk to me and say, I don't like this. I would like to do this. And we'll talk and we'll work on it.
Speaking
so
about
you.
CJ Mondo, I'm going to take you back to old school here.
Sure.
So you guys have probably seen this. I'm pulling it up on the share screen right now. And it's added to the stage.
I got some angles.
Go watch this pay-per-view. This is when I won my first hardcore championship at HKW. This is the company that I talked about that I loved because they pretty much was like JTV. They didn't let toxic people in. They kept it, professionally. Okay. And I'm going to play the match from where I got it at so you guys can see how professional they was. So that way you guys...
In the ring, grabbing a hold of anything that isn't nailed down, and hell, sometimes things that are.
Get him a full screen, CJ.
It's rather easy to forget.
Is it playing?
Yeah, it's playing. It'll be better in full screen, though, I think, for everybody watching.
Just how technically sound this guy is inside the squared circle. El Diablo being set up on that table. Diablo knew what was coming on. Diablo, little turnabout. Diablo drop kicking CJ Mondo through the table. That can do it too. Oh, Mondo just barely able to escape a long 2 count after being smashed to that table and now putting fists into the masked face of El Diablo. So far, there's been nothing that's been able to put down Hell's favorite luchador. Mondo with a shot to the side of the head of El Diablo has him up against the ropes. Nope, thinks better of it. Instead, going to toss him out to the floor. Mondo measuring things up. Here he goes.
Big fan of
and a suicide dive.
Moments back.
What company is this again?
This is HKW, Hell's Kitchen Wrestling.
Okay, I want to put that in the comments for people watching so they know.
So this is when I faced El Diablo, but I'm going to go back to the plan and let them guys watch this because this is chaotic, what I do as CJ Mondo. This is probably this is what set me out from a star to a main event player in the AI world.
And that's PvP though, no?
No, that's AI, but he basically writes it like he does it like WWE.
Yeah.
He's fair with everybody, he don't.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Crashing into the HKW Chaos Champion El Diablo. Mondo looking for a lariat. Diablo turning things around. DDT cracking open the skull of Mondo. Blood beginning to pour down Mondo's face, but Mondo not willing to quit. Mondo able to avoid the shot there from Diablo. Things beginning to ramp up in front of these fans here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Oh! Arms are hooked. DDT!
Which, by the way, that was Violent Deeds, tributed to John Moxley with these dirty deeds. I called that Violent Deeds.
They
With
really
that-
need to put that crossbody and those strikes back into the game that was here in 19. They really need to.
I agree.
Desperately.
Planting El Diablo. Hard into the floor, too. That's gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new HKW Chaos Champion. Incredible battle. Both these guys pulling out all the stops and damn near everything from underneath the ring. And we have a new Chaos Champion here, CJ Mundo. What a way to start off HKW Pure Bedlam here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have so much more coming up. The Fatale Tournament Finals are next.
And that is Brian Mead. He was the owner, creative writer, pretty much the whole 9 yards. He was pretty much management too. You had other management officials, but that's
That
the reason
man was
why
the
I
be
love
all and end all.
that company shut down, unfortunately, but that was my favorite moment of, being in call wrestling when I won that HKW Chaos Championship.
Why did it shut down?
That is a good question. Now, I got my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact reason, and I think it's due to people that literally was hating on it, and I think Brian got tired of the hate, so he just basically just discontinued it. So
He basically just said, screw you guys.
pretty
That's-
much.
I don't blame him.
That's very unfortunate, man. And that's what that call drama brings. You know what I mean? That was something good that we had, and now it's gone because people just want to act a fool.
I mean,
For no
if I
reason.
was still in HKW, I would have got some JTV guys in because I'm a big name in that company with a Chaos title. So, but unfortunately, that's what happens when you let bad people in. That kills the whole meaning to that.
Right. Yeah, so some people, they're just not going to put up with it. You know what I mean? This is supposed to be for fun. This is not a job. These are not companies that we work for. You know what I mean? This is supposed to be just for entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people just take it really serious. I take JTV serious in the sense that it's a project that I contribute to. It's part of my life's work. So of course I'm going to take it serious in that regard. But I don't go to people telling them I'm your boss and this and that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the admin to my channel, just like you're the admin to this channel. And I want people to get along and respect each other and to be cool. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect, though. I don't expect you to be perfect. I expect us to fight sometime. But, keep it in the fucking game. There's no reason to get personal, And it's very unfortunate that that promotion had went away because of those reasons. Shit is childish.
I do know one thing, though. I know they had a rival company that pretty much loved to send spies. It was
Okay.
Metal Impact Wrestling. I don't know if it's still around, but I know Brian Mead told me that because when I went in as champion, I was added to what they call the office chat since I was pretty much champion of that division. And Brian pretty much told me, you're going to get hate from now on, kid, because you're HKW. You're champion. So I guess that's probably the reason why that I got most hate now, because I'm an HKW guy.
Right.
And not really and a Metal Impact Wrestling guy.
Yeah, I think that's stupid. I think that's just really dumb. I'm not gonna hate someone just because they're from MPW, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Certainly
Like
didn't
that,
hate me, that's for certain.
no, you didn't do nothing to me. Why would I hate you? Even
Exactly.
with your thoughts. I mean, I understood you got pissed at me for dumb reasons, but I mean, you're entitled to that. Nobody
Yep.
tells you how the fuck to feel, but it's just stupid,
Yeah, despite the
Even
fact about some certain people from my past that tried to basically put that agenda in my head. Fuck them, by the way.
right. Yeah, I get that, but people like to be judgmental today for shit that they do 10 times worse. And I
Yeah,
just
until
don't
they meet
understand
somebody that laces up them black Air Forces and then basically serves them up a silver platter.
Just
And I
saying,
can
like,
say I am one such person that has those black Air Forces now, metaphorically speaking, at least.
and if you're out there and you're one of those fucking people that's not like Nick, you know what I mean? Don't judge them. Don't judge anybody if you're doing the shit. You know what I
'Cause
mean?
I will fire right back, and I'm not afraid to get a little personal if I have to.
When I mess things up, I go, holy shit, I apologize. My fault. That's just how I am because there's no reason for me to sugarcoat nothing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But a lot of people can't do that though.
Yeah, I do the same thing, but sometimes I call them out on the bullshit.
A lot of people cannot do that. A lot of people cannot go, I apologize, I messed up. They go, oh, I didn't do anything. Like it's almost like an instantaneous rebuttal. Like, oh, I didn't do anything. They just defend themselves nonstop. I can assure you, CJ went through that with a lot of people. We all did. So,
Oh, totally.
but onto positive. That's a good piece of history that you shared there, CJ, and I appreciate you sharing it while I've been here. And it's cool that you've been around, paved the way for other car guys.
I can say right now, if there's one certain game series I wish I got into when I was into wrestling back then, I'm pretty sure a lot of people can probably say I should have, and I'll just say it. I should have came around during the SVR days.
I mean, you missed out. It was amazing.
I know I did.
It was amazing. Doesn't mean you can't go back. There are emulators online, but
Yeah.
it's.
I definitely know I am going to eventually try those Road to WrestleManias for sure.
Now going back to HKW, there's something else that I got to give a shout out for. Ricky, he was one of the main reasons I think why I got the HKW Chaos Championship, because my promos that was top notch. That I think Ricky at one point was in the management chat because he was the HKW champion. So the HKW championship was like the WWE title. So
Right.
He was like the main guy to hold the big gold. And when I won my first championship, I remember, me going back to Ricky and being like, man, thank you for giving me this opportunity. In other words, respecting another legend that's been in the business.
Right.
And, that's where a lot of people, when you get opportunities like that, you need to thank the guys that, paved the way to help you get your success. Because if you're going to sit here and throw hate just because somebody else is being successful, then I'm just going to say it plainly. Nick and probably Kevin Impact will agree with me. You don't need to be in the EFED world if you're going to hate on somebody's success.
Amen.
Yep. And I can certainly say Devin Kiloa, definitely top of the list.
I would definitely agree with that. I would say that if you're someone who gets jealous easily, you should not be in call, because in call it's about winning and losing. And if you're not willing to lose sometimes, this is not going to work out. For me, I didn't know I was going to go PvP. I didn't know that I was going to have real people in JTV. I didn't know that. I was AI simulated for a while. And when I came to the online world in SVR 2010, and people started knocking, "Hey, can I join?" It blew my mind because I'm like, I never thought of that. I never thought about people joining. This is an interesting new thing. So now all the AI guys, characters that I have that made JTV, I need to put that to the side because it's not about them anymore. Now it's about these PvP folks that are coming in that if I work with them and craft them, I could mold them into the stars of tomorrow. That was my mindset. It wasn't to manipulate anybody or stab anybody in the back, you know. So I just took my time. I brought my knowledge. You know, I mean, me being a 90s kid, I had the opportunity to watch all the GOAT shows, WCW while it was alive, and WWF and ECW, a little bit of Japan here, you know, and then some of the indie spots that were going on for a while, you know. WWF in Madison Square Garden was something special. So, long story short, just
I
I
come up
took
to
all,
New York. We definitely need to watch a Rangers game.
I hear you, but I just took all the knowledge that I had, all the psychology that I had. And when I was a kid, you know, which this is interesting to me, a lot of people from this generation don't want to go back and watch the Attitude Era. They think it's either overrated or they think this era is the GOAT. But that's interesting to me because when I was a kid and I was, Nitro and Raw was on television, I was still going back to try to rent Starcade and the old tapes and learning about, if I could, classic Freddie Blassie and Jimmy Snooker and all these guys from the 80s before my time. I was still doing that. And I didn't think, oh, the Attitude Era is better. I thought, hey, the guys from the 80s were pretty damn cool. Jake the Snake Roberts and Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, like Ultimate Warrior, it all seemed to work for me. Now, to be fair, I think it's the complete opposite. I think the guys from the Attitude Era are better than the guys from right now. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's a matter of opinion, I guess. But I didn't hate on the 80s era, not at all. I embraced it and I loved it and I learned from it. And I try to watch every single thing that I could and learn. Who is Mike Awesome? You know, who is Tommy Rich? Who is Sabu? Who is Tracy Smothers? You know what I mean? Everybody that I could learn about, I just tried to learn. And it helped me in my psychology of professional wrestling. So I've taken the time to get to know a CJ Mondo, you know, a Nick Storm, you know, a Ricky, everybody that I can, everybody that Ray was throwing my way that I got to know, even if it's an OG and a Devin Kiloa, you know, and everybody that I've gotten to know, and some rubbing love here and there from FAM and some of those folks, you know what I mean? Because I'm trying to study. You, Nick, you came into my life and educated me more on some of the people I didn't know. So I want
Yep.
to shout you out. You came and told me about people I didn't know about, and I'm not using that against you. I appreciate you for doing that. I appreciate everything that I can, all the psychology that I could learn from call and professional wrestling and IRL. Very important to learn. Very important to expand your comprehensive knowledge. I spoke to some guy the other day. I'm not going to say that person's name on here. And this person had the audacity to tell me who are like the main singles champion in JTV right now. And I told this person, listen, bud, you've been JTV for 6 years. Don't ask me no dumb question like that ever again. You've been around long enough to know this roster, like, you know, by heart. You should know who the champions are. Do your research. You want to be the man in JTV, you got to do your research. You got to know the product. CJ Mondo, I'm seeing CJ Mondo hasn't even debuted yet. And he knows Colin. He knows a bunch of them already. You know a bunch of them. And you haven't even had your second match yet on TV. And you know all these guys. You hanging
Yeah,
out
and
with
and for anyone that wants to know what my first match was, just go back and watch Pumpkin Night. It
Pumpkin
could
Night.
use the views.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I appreciate that. And you got to know all the girls and Amber and Sophia. You know all the guys. You're part of the boys. You know what I mean? We need to get CJ Mondo's ass to come into the party and we need the game. But yeah, like I just think that psychology goes a long way. One of the guys that I learned some of that from is Terry Funk. I played Legends of Wrestling too. I wrestled there, and I learned from a lot of these legends. That's the reason why, if it seems like I'm some kind of a legend, I'm not saying I am. If it seems like I come off that way, it's because who the hell did I learn from? It definitely wasn't Seth freaking Rollins. That's for damn sure. I learned from a lot of people. Terry Funk gave advice on wrestling too, and Terry Funk said, education goes a long way. He's not wrong about that. Education does go a long way. Not just education on the street, but education in that ring and education of that ring. He didn't say that. Those are my words, but that's basically what he's saying, that education takes you a long way. Not just stay in school, but also take your ass to school. What do Kevin and Pat mean by that? Stay in school means your knowledge on everything that you can learn is very helpful. Science, math, you know, uh, what is it? Environment, all the wars that have happened, learning how to write a script, learning how to speak different languages, you know, studying as much as you possibly can. It makes you a weapon.
Yep.
So staying in school is important. But what do I mean of taking your ass to school? Taking your ass to school is, if you're in JTV, learn about it. If you're in what was it? What he said, HKW, learn about it. If you in CJ Mondo's promotion, learn about it. If you in JMR's promotion, learn about it. Even if you're
Code of
hell,
honor, you name it.
Code of Honor, FAN. Even if you're an MPW, God bless you, but learn about it. You know what I'm saying? Learn as much as you can, because staying in school and taking your ass to school are two very beneficial things in call. If you get on the mic and you want to talk a big game and you don't know who's who, who's what, you sound like an idiot.
Yep.
It's important. Education is key, and that key opens doors. Top that.
Not only that, going back to HKW, I remember watching one of the matches I had where the HKW champion, I was in a tag team match. I was, opposite teams as a HKW champion. And it's funny how I'm going to bring this promo up, because if we have any Marvel's fans, that's, Incredible Hulk, you know what movie that I go by. So this guy calls himself the Wrestling God, and I pinned the Wrestling God in this tag team match with my tag partner. And he said, he fired back a promo at me, and he said, CJ Mondo, that was a fluke. Lightning don't strike 3 times in a row. And then, I had to pull the Incredible Hulk, where he had Loki when he throws him around. And then the last words you hear Incredible Hulk said, puny God. In other words, I quote that back to him, and he texted me, this is kind of funny, out of character. He texted me out of character. He's like, damn, you got the HKW champion, thank you. But it's it's all about positivity. If you can have a positive mindset to progress your career.
And by the way, it's lightning doesn't strike twice, not 3 times, idiot. That's how the saying goes.
See, you learn something every day, even though you got a cocoon in the chat.
Very funny.
Who the hell are you calling an idiot?
Well, I'm just saying that, quite honestly, the guy that CJ was talking about, I mean, he said lightning doesn't strike 3 times. Well, I got some news for him.
Okay.
It's actually lightning doesn't strike twice. That's the saying.
Yeah. I got you.
And that's I mean no hate to that guy CJ was talking about, but yeah. If you're going to say the same, say it right.
Now, I did hear some rumors that HKW is supposed to open its doors. I don't know if I may have to get it with Brian Mead after this podcast to find out, but if it does, I'm definitely coming back home. That was my home.
I may pop my head over there and basically see what's up over there. You never know.
Because if I'm coming home, Brian, if you're listening to this, there's one title I'm getting my hands on. And Wrestling God, if you're still got them boots on, in the words of Dusty Rhodes, we're going to get funky like a monkey, if you will.
I actually know what he's talking about. I'll give him that. Dusty Rhodes, oh my God, that dude is a legend.
More legend than Nick Tycoon could ever be.
Damn.
Hey, man, I'll give you credit where it's due. I absolutely can say Dusty Rhodes is a legend. And fuck anybody that says that he's not. That man paved the way. And look, you finally got their shit working.
If we can hear him.
Mark, if you have to, do the old testing 1, 2.
I don't think it's going to work out, Mark. I don't even know why you try.
He said it was audio issues. And speaking of which, there he goes.
That
Again.
mustache works better than Mark's connection.
The mustache and Mark connection. That sounds like a good tag team.
DJ, if you want to join in, by all means.
Who?
DJ Chaotic.
Is he in the comments?
Yeah, he said it.
I mean, you should have had him in here. I don't know why he's not here.
I just added the link in the chat, DJ, if you want to be involved.
This episode was supposed to be just Nick, or was this just shooting the shit?
Well, I made it about Nick, but I also threw in some Easter eggs that if you're being a real fan of my show, you would see what stuff I added in.
Definitely can say, Jay, you and I definitely need to talk about getting me back on the city. Because I'm willing to go back round 2.
Speaking about chaotic, I think it's time to get chaotic. In the words of CM Punk, it's crawling time. Well, it's chaotic time. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Chaotic.
What's good, fellas? What's good, fellas? It's nice to be in here with y'all.
What's going on, big guy? Good to hear
Nothing
from you.
much, chilling, cooling, just kicking back, enjoying the day. Probably about to tune into this Rams and Panthers game.
There you go. Just a regular guy. Just
Wait, Saturday Night Football? You kidding me?
Yeah, he
First
said
day of the wild card games.
he was getting ready for
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's right. The playoffs.
Because you got going down right now Rams and Panthers, and then later tonight is the other NFC battle, Packers and Bears.
Ooh, that's going to be an interesting one.
And then tomorrow, my boys start off the day, Bills versus Jaguars, Philly and 49ers, Chargers and Patriots. And then
I'm just
Monday
going to say
night
this
is
right now.
Texans and
If
Steelers.
anyone does not watch the YouTuber by the name of Your Name Tree, you missed out on his Hater's Guide to the NFL Playoffs. You guys will find this very funny. He actually did the Be in the Elite theme when he was talking about the Jaguars, and I just couldn't help but laugh. I'm like,
Oh,
this
God.
man Tree.
Connecting it to Tony Khan and AEW. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, as soon as I noticed that, I was like, he knows what the fuck he did. And I was just like, nice one, Tree.
But as Kevin Impact said on that little part that I was chimed in for before I went downstairs to grab what I needed to grab, he's absolutely right. There's no need for negative impact in the call community as we see it moving forward.
Damn right.
I agree.
Because in most cases, we should all be united. We shouldn't be distracted from the everyday drama that goes on in the community. there are some people that want positive impact. There's some people who don't. Those that don't, they the hell over there.
I agree. You got some people in call that shouldn't have a show, that they think that they're gonna order people around, and it goes back to the shit y'all talked about on this channel. That I don't want to get into it. I'm not gonna lie, but just saying that I like some of the stuff you guys have talked about. I just don't like how there's people in here in call that they do business that way. Like I said, I don't want to talk about it, so I don't want to go into
this is my biggest thing that I'm gonna say right here, and this is the biggest point of impact that I say needs to stop in the car community. Is most of these show owners need to stop abusing their power over their roster to let them go to where they want to go.
Thank you. Oh my God. Take the fucking hint, MPW. Fuck's sakes.
And we're
If
not
you
here to
don't feel comfortable, bounce.
I want to say this on behalf of CJ Ray. We are not here to take shots at you. This channel's not taking shots at you. Those are Nick's
And I'm
views.
not trying to take shots at anybody. Don't get me
There you
wrong.
go.
I'm
There you
just
go.
pointing the obvious.
Nick is entitled to his opinion. To be fair, I do agree with Nick all the way, Ray. But this is not CJ. If CJ feels that way, it's his opinion. But this is not CJ's thing. This is just how me and Nick feel. Okay.
I mean, you don't express how you feel. I mean, that's the part of why I made this channel, is expressing how you feel. Because some companies or YouTubes that own companies that's in the car community don't really like people express how they feel, and I want to be the one that changes that.
Yeah, and so do I.
Sometimes you just gotta be an asshole. And Ray, I didn't want to be an asshole, but you fucked around with me. You're gonna find out, bud. You're gonna find out.
I feel the same way, CJ, but I'm just making it well understood, because not everybody's the same. Different people have specific understandings. Ray's someone who understands things differently than others. So I want him to understand if this gets back to him and they go, "Oh, you're talking shit about you over there." No, we're not talking shit about you. We're saying how we feel. We're not on here to bash you. Okay, so let's just get that shit understood.
Yep.
If you want us to bash you, Ray, I probably would do it.
Here's the one simple scenario to all things. If you got a community of people who's trying to bring a positive change to your company, don't sit there and think that our constructive criticism to you for this change is hindering you as an owner. It's trying to help you as an owner.
Yep.
Don't look at it as, oh, we want X, Y, and Z person out because we feel this about the narrative that's going on. We only mean this because one thing is for certain, two things for sure. These people that you bring to the table are not helping you grow your channel, not helping you grow your brand, not helping you grow your network. We only want the best for everybody in the community. And if you're an owner, come to us for that attraction. Come to us for the talk. We will gladly help you with bringing individuals to you that ultimately is going to help your roster succeed.
Normalize criticism, motherfucker. Stop calling the truth negative.
Bingo.
That's just what it is.
With the bombshell right there.
I'm tired of everybody's shit. I'm not playing with nobody. I'll give you all the love in the world as your friend, but if you're gonna be on some fake bullshit, you can stick your head up your fucking ass and don't come back out. All right, if it fits.
Big
sure most you
like, and here's the other thing. And here's the other thing for this narrative that I'm gonna put into context. Whatever we put out about the narrative, okay. If the shoe fit, then it's obviously about you. But if it's not about you, take the criticism and change that narrative for your company. Because in most cases, we have individuals that want to abuse power want to hold their roster hostage, don't know what to do with their roster when you got your show. You're not putting them in position to succeed. Yet here we are looking at your overall productivity and what has it done to help your roster grow in the community.
Absolutely.
This is why when we see a talent that's not being utilized, whether it's in any company, we bring them over. We help them succeed the best way that they know how to. If you're a top tier guy, we're definitely giving you top tier luxury. If you're mid tier, we're giving you mid tier luxury, but we're going to help you go to that top tier level.
The problem with some people is this, and Nick can have his own opinions as well as Kevin Impact and you. The problem with some people, when they see somebody succeeding, they have this jealous form, and the biggest problem is that I've recently known is not only they have the jealous thing, but they also listen to people that's jealous at the same person, and they form this alliance. Oh, we got to take this person down. We don't like how he's doing things. We got to shut him down.
Yes.
And to me, that's it goes back to what my mom used to say. You're known by the company you keep. So in other words, if you want to hang around those people, you're going to start doing what these people are doing. You're going to start being toxic. You're going to start doing their negative agendas, which don't need to be in Colin Jenner.
And I'll take this old saying from a song that I literally listen to every day by Fat Joe. It was the title of his album, Jealous Ones Still Envy Those That Are Doing Good in the Community. And jealousy is the biggest factor why most eFed owners and companies, not all companies, don't find that success and don't find the viewership they need in general.
And I won't lie. There's a certain song that I'm gonna quote Devontae the One from when it comes to a lot of people in the CAW community as a whole. Everybody is a killer. All you got to do is push them to the limits.
Yep.
Big facts. Big facts.
And here's the thing that I started
after that.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Mike drop.
CJ. I wanted to talk some shit to Nick. I just want to say one thing to Nick. After that comment you just made, all three of us should chop the shit out of you for such a good comment, Nick. Congratulations.
Big facts. Big facts.
Just for you. Back to CJ in the studio.
Well, I'm going to say this. He's finally pulled some balls out of his wife's purse. A Randy Orton promo to Triple H there.
911, shots fired. Shots fired. Man down.
So at the end of the day, we all here. We all growing with each other. We're all friends. We all chop it up here and there once in a blue moon, but we are keeping in contact to make everybody feel better. And while we on the subject of the car community, CJ, if you don't mind me breaking this little narrative out here, what I wanted to say is this. If I can for my show moving forward, I would like to have the honor and privilege of having the content and manager.
You mean a
The
chief
one and only, the Kevin Impact for the KWF boardroom.
Is he asking me or is he telling you?
I think he's asking.
I'm asking on behalf of this.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
On behalf of this whole card network that we have going here, and you being a sponsor on my brand, I would like for you to be a part of the boardroom. the KWF family.
Okay, you put me on the spot on the air, but I have an answer. You know, we're definitely together now, all of us. JTV would also like to make you the offer of, if you want us to sponsor you, we'd love to sponsor you. If you got some videos you could send us to where we could promote you and your promotion, I think that'd be good. In terms of your question, it'd be my honor to be a part of your board. But I'm not coming to like take over or nothing like that. I'll give
Hey,
advice and
I just
shit.
want insight.
You know what
I
I mean?
just need insight and knowledge moving forward. Because I
Yeah.
mean, I want those that have been in this whole thing before I started. I need to get some of that tutelage and commitment and understanding to move forward in this whole endeavor and make my show feel a little bit more impactful
Oh,
in the foreseeable future.
I think you're the guy. I think you got the right mindset. I see all you guys as equals to me. I don't see me over you or nothing. You guys are equal to me. You guys, and the reason why is because first and foremost, you guys are grown men. How are you grown men?
Yep.
You demonstrated that you're grown men because you speak your mind. You're not toxic. You're trying to make the right decisions. You know, with exceptions to Nick, that from time to time will produce some toxic shit. It's not to the level of how a lot of people produce toxicity in call. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there is a difference. So yeah, I'm down to be on your board for sure. You know what I'm saying? We're here, we're family.
I'm not
You
even gonna
showed
have a
me
problem with what you
respect,
said there,
respect that
Jay.
I did not think I was
I
gonna.
know it's true.
I didn't.
I don't even got a
I
problem with
hear
what
you,
you said
but
about
me
me.
talking to chaotic, I didn't know that I was. I didn't know I was gonna get respect from chaotic. I didn't know that. I thought chaotic was going to put me through. I don't know this guy. I need to get to know this guy, and we're still going through that. But even though we're still going through that, he showed me a lot of love, and that's why we get along. CJ did the same thing. Enrique did the same thing. Okay, I'm not going to name drop once again because, like CJ said, pretty much keep it professional here. We I saw with my own eyes CJ handle something. And then I saw Enrique handle something. And when I saw both of those two guys handle a certain situation the way they did, that's what I want to see in call. When there is a problem, I want it to be handled. I want people to ask questions. What happened? What do you know? How can we reprimand this? What is going on? A lot of car promoters don't want to do that. I know one car promoter that I'm not going to mention that he had a problem in his community with someone who was being accused of something. And I went to him and I said, what are you going to do about it, man? From one promoter to another, what are you going to do? And he said, "Oh, it's not my problem. That's just somebody else." Like, listen, if it's going on in your community on your roster, it's your fucking problem. You have to fix it.
Big facts.
You know. And after that, he wanted to keep it to a minimum with me. So I just, instead of me being fake and keeping him around and going, well, I got a good connection with this promoter. You know, this helps JTV. Instead, what I did is I blocked them. I said, no, I'm not going to participate in that. I had another offer with someone else who was going to pay me money because I went on this person's show and they popped a rating here and there and they said, holy shit, I didn't know you was a draw like that. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden when that happened, there were offers being put on the table. I turned that down because this person was being abusive towards someone who I thought became a friend of mine. So I turned that down, walked away from that deal. Someone else brought me on their show, their numbers went up, and they go, oh, I should have did this a long time ago. And if you're listening and watching or this gets to you, you know who you are because I just said that. So you know who I'm talking about if you're watching this. So um, all I ever want and all I've ever tried to do is fucking bring positivity to this shit. I'm in the mindset of you, DJ Chaotic, and that's why we get along. I want peace. I want growth for everybody. I want things to be dope. I like the idea of the world DJ Chaotic is trying to paint. DJ Chaotic envisions this world and call where you have a lot of different companies, different promotions, and we could work together to where, yeah, maybe CJ's working for me and Nick is working for me, but they could still go to DJ Chaotic's company. They could still work for COH. They could still go to that company, this company. Because why the fuck would I stop you? Why? Life is short in CW. Why would I stop you and control you? For what? You know what I'm saying? For what if you're trying to get your name out there? Go ahead, DJ. I'm listening.
So here's the thing that I envisioned for the whole thing. And I think when I did this at first, when I first met CJ, I think CJ saw the vision that I was going for with my cause, but ultimately he didn't really know, for example, the full scenario of what I wanted to build as far as in this EFED industry, my show in particular, and bringing sponsors from other EFEDs to kind of grow their network more. That's what I wanted. I wanted us to be a cohesive unit where we all kind of can grow, but also have our own narrative in perspective to how we all build. And not only that, I feel like every EFED that I've seen so far, they don't open their doors to everybody. I feel like there's a heavy dose of favoritism involved in the car community, and that favoritism kills the narrative of your show.
I agree.
That's what I can't stand about this is favoritism.
Well,
you shouldn't have favoritism in the community.
There's favoritism and there's what can I hear myself to?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to do my best. I suck at hearing myself. There's favoritism in call, but there's also this thing about like a lot of car promoters want to be number one. I could tell you I would like to be number one. I could tell you that I want to continue growing my channel and product as much as I can. But in my mindset, I'm number one, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's not that I have to destroy everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So just because you want to be number one, it's not about destroying everybody. It's about getting better at your work. You know, and before I got to where I'm at, I had a lot of friends that weren't pro. A lot of them did better than I did for a while. And to me, I think it is. I just got to work harder. You know, and I supported it. You know. Favoritism in call. Yeah, you're right. But there's just a lot of people who motors, egos, and at all costs, they'll do anything they have to do to be number one. I've been a victim of a lot of people who came to JTV, used me for years, not months, not with years. Built a relationship with me. Told me they love me as a friend. I believed them. I told them the same. I felt the same. And in time, they revealed their true colors. You know, and that's just how this thing goes. And I know you guys went through the same abuse. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'm not coming on here saying I'm a fucking victim because I'm Kevin Impact. I'll kick your fucking teeth down your throat, man. I'm saying that I don't like the fact that I had to experience that. It's not a good feeling. And Kevin Impact or not, I'm still human. So anybody feels trauma. And that's how I am. I have a heart. You know, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people may think I don't, because I don't like some of the things that have been said about me over the years. Stuff that people never seen, stuff that people want to flip and try to put that narrative out as fact. You know what I mean? A lot of the things that I've talked about that I've said over the years, I've proven or can prove. A lot of stuff that's been said about me, it's an opinion. It's an opinion, and it's factual when you're talking to someone and you don't know me. It's factual because if you don't know me, you're going to go, oh, well, Nick said that Kevin Impact's a bad guy. I don't know Kevin Impact, but Nick is my boy, so I'm going to side with him. I don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Now
we all are here building our brands to the best of our ability. And as long as we doing that and we are trying to keep our positive thought process and bring that positive thought process to those that we bring into this e-fed of ours, that's the best thing that I can do, is be that motivator, that inspiration for the new generation to see that this is something you can do as long as you got the right team of people behind you to help you grow that narrative.
I agree. You got a good heart, and that's what I like about you. But that's not going to work for
Because
just everybody.
I said to myself this, and this was my thing when CJ made the narrative to let my voice be heard on your show. I think that was the first step in letting out most of the things that was hindering what I wanted for my vision, if
Yeah.
we could put it that way.
Yeah.
So in the most case, that show pretty much opened my door to a lot of people to meet Nick, to meet you, to meet Mark, and everybody else that I've met through some of the JTV guys that I met. That kind of ultimately gave me my footing to say, yo, I'm doing something right for a change, and I'm keeping in touch with these guys. That ultimately shows that I'm doing something right.
Well, you see, let's talk about that real quick, because that's the mindset I kind of expect everybody to have that I bring to JTV. You know, and you don't get that. And it's not just a JTV thing, it's in general that you was to think you bring someone into your promotion that's going to be the mindset. Like you take me, for example, I feel the same way. I'm glad that I got to meet CJ through Ray, and I got to meet Nick through Ray, and I got to meet you through CJ. You know what I mean? And some of these other guys, I got to meet you, and I got to meet some of the other guys that have been nice to me. I appreciate all that. To me, it means a lot because I like to connect with the right people. I used to say I like to connect with people. I don't say that no more. I like to connect with the right people. You know what I mean? So I'm the same way. I feel the same as you. I'm grateful for everything, every opportunity that I get. And it makes me feel good that you feel the same way. But not everybody's the same way. A lot of people
Not
just
everybody has that same mindset.
you see what I'm saying? So
I actually
that's
had this one quote that I wanted to read when you guys are done.
go ahead.
Okay. And it's from the late great creator of the Ruby series, Monty Ohm. And it says, and I quote, "I believe that the human spirit is indomitable. If you endeavor to achieve, it will happen given enough resolve. It may not be immediate, and often your greater dreams is something you will not achieve within your own lifetime."
Beautiful.
That man literally some hard facts.
I agree
God
with
rest your
that
soul, Monty.
100%.
We love ya. We miss ya.
Inspiration is key, bro. Inspiration
Mhm.
it
I
should
feel
be
like
the driving force.
I feel like ever since the podcast with you, Kevin, and going through that narrative and feeling like I have a voice that needed to be heard, that right there kind of gave me my insight to say, go out here and talk to some of these creators, see if they need a home. Even the new guys that I come in contact with, I'm trying to basically see where they fit in at.
Right.
See how the chopping block is, because I'm like, even though I'm on the PlayStation 4 for right now, I know eventually once I upgrade and get everything in motion, I know I'm gonna have a lot of creators coming to me to be on the roster.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got to keep putting your market out there. You know what I mean? If you had some sort of a promotional video, it'll be good to air it on JTV.
Like,
You know,
I gotta get that I'm gonna put that
yeah,
together at some point when I get a chance to. So I'm gonna definitely make that little promotional video because I'm not real intrigued like on it like that as far as putting together clips. So I got to get some things together where it's literally out there.
Let me ask this to CJ. I remember watching the promotional with CJ Mondo on it with the title that it was really you on there. Was it you that put that together, CJ?
Okay, what company are we talking about? HKW or?
I don't know which company it was, but I remember seeing in the chat a while back that you had that video that aired about you. You were on it, and it was really you. It was really you in the arena with a title, and I think it was a promotional for Titan Nation.
Yeah, it was building up the match between me and Alex King at Mondo Mania for the Titan Nation
Oh,
Alliance International.
that's what it was. That's what it was. If you didn't put that together, I mean, you got to try to get Chaotic in contact with these guys. You know,
I mean, it's easy to do. You just have to find like the right website to do it on, like the
well,
Mm-hmm.
I got some good stuff I could recommend.
Sora, I think, is one of the good things. That's what I use is Sora. It's on Google Apps.
Yeah, I would say this. I'm gonna recommend this. What you guys use to produce content, I would say you shouldn't share what you use on air. That's just gonna be my advice. I think you should share with friends and stuff like that, but I wouldn't recommend because you know you got fans on here, but you also got sneaky people that are watching to try to get you. You know what I mean? So
I wholeheartedly agree with that because the one thing is you have some eFed owners who like to use other people's ideas to their advantage
all the time.
And
man,
that's the craziest thing that is the kicker part to what you said is honestly true.
And
Anybody tries it with me,
it's not just
I got
cause
this bad boy.
It's not just cause like you guys talked about on the other episode. It's not just cause that are stolen, but it's ideas like Chaotic just said, and it's true. Anything that they can steal, bro. People have been trying to steal talent from me for years. It's just that, and it's not me showing off, but you got to understand that I have a lot of wrestling psychology since I was young. So I believe that I understand that I have an ability to be able to produce main event stars or people that feel like they are. If you look at the JTV guys, these guys feel like WWE legends. You know what I mean? It's not just a coincidence. It's conditioning.
Yeah, some feel like $1 million. Others, they don't feel like they are at that moment. But that's why we help build them.
Yes, step by step. But that's what I want to see in Call, though. The way I treat my people, that's what I want to see. I want to see other promoters do that. I want them to fucking try to make everybody a household name. That's how you build stars. I'm not saying I'm Mr. CAW. I'm not saying I built every fucking star. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stars in CAW that I didn't build. We know that. You know what I mean? But I take
There's
pride.
one you tried to, and we all know what happened to him.
I'm not going to go into that.
A certain man with 2 R's.
I'm not going to go into that, man. You know, but all I'm saying is that ideas get stolen, shit gets stolen. It's best to talk about stuff like that off air. You know what I mean? But I got some stuff. We have. I'm not even going to talk about it on the air.
We'll definitely chop it up in message and after this to get everything in motion.
After the show, I'm gonna check something and I'm gonna get in contact with y'all about something.
All right.
Just say that. But yeah. Yeah, anybody watching got any questions, man? You know?
Yeah, feel free. And also do me a huge favor. Follow the guys in this particular episode because sharing is caring, and we all care that your viewership is respectful here.
Yeah.
Thanks for the love.
Follow
Yeah,
CJ, follow
definitely can
JK,
say Chemical Warfare is going to be definitely one of the
follow
biggest.
myself on this channel. We
Thank
all
you.
want to grow and elevate everybody's channel to the best of their ability.
By
we
the
got a
way,
question from Nick.
since you because I know we have a question. Before we go to that question, since you name dropped Chemical Warfare, Nick, I'm gonna just go ahead and say that JTV is looking to have a show on January 24th. Now I found out, I think last night. I don't know if TKO is doing Saturday Night Main Event on that day. I'm hearing stuff like that, but we're supposed to be having a show on that day. It's called JTV 19, and it's a 5-year anniversary of that show. We have several shows that have been around, some longer than others. That show is turning 5 years old on January 24th. So
Wow.
hashtag JTV Wrestling. Be on the lookout for that. Now I'm gonna pass the mic to CJ Mondo because I think he's got a question here.
Mm-hmm.
That's up to him.
So, Wrestling Fan asked to Nick, what's your thoughts about ECW Dudley Boys Heatwave promo versus the soft era of wrestling fans of professional wrestling?
Well, I mean, in all honesty, I can definitely say the Dudley Boys, they are absolutely one of the greatest tag teams I have ever laid my eyes on, from the Attitude Era to ECW, you name it. I can even say that their final match in TNA against the Hardys, oh my God, it was emotional. It was emotional.
Even
But
though I could
as for
not watch
promos,
that event, Nick, I'm definitely gotta go back and watch it since they just put it up on their channel.
Have you ever seen the Dudley Boys live, Nick?
actually, I can certainly say as far as never. And I never will, unfortunately.
No,
Now,
go ahead.
that's to
Unfortunately
say
for
that if they
me,
do make an appearance,
I definitely seen them multiple times when they came to the Burt Flickinger Center here in Buffalo. Boy,
I saw Dudley Boys live one time, but sorry for cutting you off, Nick. Go ahead and finish answering. I was gonna wait.
but yeah, I can certainly say, as far as like the Dudley Boys' promo work goes, oh my lord, can we talk about Bubba Ray and TNA as Bully Ray? Please. That man, he was next level. Next
I
fucking
agree
level.
with you, Nick. I agree with that 100% because Bully Ray showed that not only he could be a face in adversity, but he could flip that face narrative into heel persona. And boy, he killed every narrative that I would thought of as a heel, from the promo work to how he operated himself in the ring. That heel mentality that he showed, it kind of showed out.
Yeah, and I gotta be completely honest. The Aces and Eights story, oh my God, best thing TNA had ever done at that time. It's just unfortunate when it came to the Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff era of TNA, or Impact Wrestling for
Right. But other than that, like, kind of take this into consideration, Nick. When I built the team that I did in Call, I really wanted to have that these three teams be the focal point and attitude of the wrestlers that I built for them. Bullet Club meets NWO meets Aces and Eights.
And there was this faction I was eventually going to have in MPW that, of course, fell through the cracks because, well, we all know what happened there, called the Fallen Angels. And it was originally going to be like this one faction from another former workplace of mine called the Band Bloodline / the Bloodline Legacy Mafia / Mutiny Mafia, whichever you want to go with. But it was going to take some inspiration from them, but it was also going to be like it was going to be like the Aces and Eights, But of course, we all know those plans fell through because, well, everything that happened.
Right.
But I can certainly say, who knows? Maybe that story can come to fruition elsewhere. Maybe JTV, maybe TNA, maybe your show, DJ. You never know.
Yep.
Possibilities are endless when you are around positive people, Nick. Remember
Here's
that.
the crazy thing
Damn
about it.
fucking right.
If you have an inspiration, that a storyline that you want to bring them up to the table, Nick, my message is always open and available. As long as I can get everybody on my end
Yep.
that I have to grab.
And it's certainly going to be one story I can certainly
Because
say.
I still have to get the Kai Ken family on my end.
Shit, that reminds me. Considering
And I
me
still
and Jay
gotta
are
see
still
if,
working out the specifics with my COD family,
and I gotta see if
I'm holding
CJ
off on
can.
basically updating their casual attires until I can like have something in place possibly in
Got
JTV.
you.
Because Jay, you and I, we talked about it. I definitely could say Team Ruby on JTV. That's ratings right there.
I'm not gonna give nothing away because we on the air, but wink, wink. In terms of me and you, in terms of chaotic, you and him are doing business right now. So talk with him.
And then
You know what
on
I'm saying?
top of all that, I gotta make sure CJ can upload both versions of me from my end. Whenever we can arrange that.
There you go.
Yeah, just
And
But
I
let me
think
just
probably
say
a side
this.
question.
I'm here.
I'm gonna just say this to both of you. To you, Nick, from Kevin Impact, wink, wink. To you, Chaotic, from Kevin Impact, wink, wink. But in terms of what y'all talking about right now, y'all doing business with each other.
Yep.
So this ain't
Exactly.
got,
And
it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm
see, and
involved
this
with
is the
y'all.
thing, Kevin Impact, I'll put out in perspective here. It's that connection and mutual agreement that makes the car community grow more. Some people don't have that mutual connection. Some people don't have that mutual respect and mutual contact because communication is key for everybody to grow. And this is why I'm
Exactly.
open for communicating with everybody.
Absolutely. I'm open
think
too,
as
but
far as
I'm
I'm
open
concerned,
to
I
the
don't
right
see
people.
anybody else giving any more questions, but
Nah,
considering
this
we're
one we're
getting
just
near
showing this shit.
close.
Yeah. We're at the close of this thing, you know what I mean? But we're just showing this
Exactly.
shit. We're just showing the shit, you know. But people, just because people not asking questions doesn't mean nothing bad. It's just that people just enjoying what we talking about.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that.
They're taking in the advice and leadership that we have to build their own narrative.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Not just build that narrative, but control the narrative.
Mm-hmm. And get the right people in, because you never know. Maybe these same people that's watching right now may contact us on our pages and literally want to be one step closer to being in the car community and being an e-head owner, or whether you want to start yourself off in shows, we can put you in the right direction to get you on those shows.
And you also have to remember that this is the live version of this. Just because we're not on Twitch. You know, on Twitch, it's like they don't keep the videos up. That's why I'm not on Twitch. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah, that's why I was starting to think maybe it's time for me to start streaming on YouTube with some of my live streams.
Because I say to myself at first, I gotta grow my YouTube channel to get the right amount of people to be able to stream off YouTube.
Yeah, let me just throw this in there though. You could stream on Twitch, Nick. Twitch is perfect for gaming. It's perfect. But in terms of what we're doing, it's better. YouTube seems to be the best platform in my opinion, even though we get censored a lot on here for God knows what. And
because
this is
YouTube's
the live version.
A bunch of
let's not go there. This is CJ's channel. We have a good platform here, regardless. And
It's a lot of restrictions with Twitch
yeah,
that's not restricted on YouTube.
there you go. But this is the live version of this episode. People are still going to go back and listen to this when it's off the air. So it's different versions. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So we addressing the live crowd and we addressing the fans that are going to go listen to this after when it's not on the air, that are going to watch it when they're driving, listening, whatever, you know. So there is that. And where the hell is CJ Mondo? That man been going for like 30 minutes.
He just put up a new question.
He's just taking in all the admiration.
For
drink it in, man.
Nick,
He's soaking it in.
Alrighty. Well, CJ, the floor is yours to ask this question, and then I'll give my answer.
the pros and cons for call community. In other words, I'm asking what are the pros and cons.
Okay, I definitely could say if there is one pro I can give, it is definitely communication. You need to learn to communicate with not just your roster, but also with like your other members of management, like Jay, for example. Like he needs to be like the Kevin Impacts. They need to talk to their Chris Consciences, Shendons, or whatever. CJ, for example, he needs to talk with like people like DJ here, or like, and I'll just throw like MPW in there, like right Devin and Barry. And but in terms of like FAM, it's like Ron Buster to Cameron Bash and Stigma, Black Heron, or God knows who else, or for COH, like Daniel Lyons with Ryan Swift and whoever else is in charge. Communication in terms of this community is key to success. That's a pro, but if there's one con that I can definitely say that's related to that, it's basically not understanding someone's stock value. Like, say somebody's getting more ratings and more eyes on them than the other. You can't just look at that and be like, oh, this guy's a draw. And then somebody just comes in and just basically, to quote Cameron Bash, slaps you in the face and tells you you're no good with the powers that be. That is how you cause a lot of distrust and a lot of, well, animosity that can just lead to a lot of people leaving. And that's what happened with MPW. Because I can say right now, I'm a living testimony to that. I basically saw my stock value a hell of a lot higher. Even Jay here, he can say my stock value in MPW was literally through the damn ceiling.
It was over the charts.
I don't mean to blow smoke
And
up
yet-
your ass, Nick, but I mean to be fair to Nick, I mean if you were running that place, I mean you would have to be an idiot not to see, you know, he's got the look, he can wrestle, and he could talk. This kid has all the tools, to be a star. And I'm not just saying that because he's here.
And all you needed to do was just put a mic in my hands, let me shoot my shit, and if anybody got offended by it, tell them to step up. Tell them to do something about it. That is the one con I can say.
At the end of the day, Nick, I will say this in perspective to this. A big pro that I would recommend to a lot of owners: tune into these shows and watch your talent in these promotions. This is the best way to learn how to operate with your talent.
Yeah, like for example, say Jay's booking me a hell of a lot better than MPW did, which I'm sure he definitely will be.
Here we go.
Let that basically tell you how you should be booking them and how you should be making somebody a star in your own show if they're willing to call that show home. Like, say I go over to Code of Honor. They just put me into a program with Sean Nova, which may or may not be happening. I will neither confirm nor deny. Like, you need to just see the magic that happens. Like say, like I basically talk shit about Sean Nova's time in FAM. You look at that, you see where that goes, and then you're just like, now wait a second, who can he shit on? That's kind of like Sean Nova. But I can definitely say, really, the pros and cons are just like a pro is basically, there are places like JTV, J Show, KWF, and of course TNA that are just all about positivity, all about just
But
basically.
the one time that I'll say right now, Nick, and I think everybody here agrees with this con in general, do not make your show all about your cause. The number one
Exactly.
pet peeve of anything in general is oversaturating your cause for your talent.
And I could definitely say there is one pro and another con, and that is when creating your character. I will literally say this because Luke Monet, when on the FAM YouTube channel, said it best. Don't be the norm. Be unique. Make unique custom gear, entrance, you name it. Make your character stand out. Don't just be all like, oh, this cog looks like, oh, this cog is going to act like CM Punk. Let's give him CM Punk's gear. This cog is going to act like Roman Reigns. Let's give him Roman's gear and move set and entrance. No. You don't do that, for fuck's sake. You make it your own. You make a name for yourself. Amen. That is the one pet peeve I have, and I'm sure everyone in CAW has. It's people that do
not everyone,
this.
but a lot of people should. A lot more people should feel how you feel. Yes, I agree.
Now it's the closing questions for Nick Cayenne, because we got a question here, and it involves JTV. What makes Nick Cayenne a main event star in JTV, and can he take Shinden's world championship?
All I can say is, just lock me and Shen in a steel cage or something where BKS can not get involved, and I don't know. Maybe it might happen. Just lock us in a Hell in a Cell, lock us in a steel cage, make sure the bastard can't escape, and I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Well, you don't know until it happens. But I can definitely say, and no offense to Shendon, but I can say, as far as my stock value is concerned, his time in the spotlight has come and it's gone. All that matters now is somebody's got to take that damn belt off of him in order to show him that his time in the spotlight has come to an end. And if it's got to be me, so be it. Shendon, if you're watching this, let that be a warning. Because all it's going to take is one singular person to get froggy, and then they'll jump. Might be even within your own group. I certainly can say Dallas has been looking at that title a little bit.
Yes, he has.
And maybe, just maybe, Mr. John Skinner, maybe he's about to say, BKS ain't lavish, I'm lavish. Maybe that, and I certainly can say, if that happens, and you start making it all about yourself, the bottom line that I will say about all of this is, when the dust settles and the warning shots are fired, who can you really trust?
Well said.
Now we're going to go to our last one. Kevin Impact, DJ Chaotic, and Nick Cayenne's last words before we go off air.
My last words are, kiss my black ass. Top that if you can.
Mine definitely would be, MPW can kiss my ass because JTV is better. Top that.
Oh my God, Nick.
Here's the final saying that I'll say here. To all the haters that hates us and don't appreciate and value what we bring to the table, respectfully, kiss our whole entire ass on behalf of the real call community.
Damn it.
Damn right.
Smash that like button. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll
In my
catch you
last
on the
words,
next one.
In my last words, if you can't compete with JTV, get the fuck out.
Oh,
And
they
we
gonna
will
get
see you
you
guys on the next one.
I'm gonna be in so much trouble, damn it.